Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nerd Rage Gaming Thursday Night Locals. My name is Dan Hugar. I am here with Brian DeVeza, and as you can see, we are ghosts and just part of the void. But that, I mean, we don't have a working camera, but Brian, we still got the energy.
Yeah, we still have the energy, and we're still here to have a good time, so very excited to get started here.
Yeah, so you get to hear the ghost of both of our voices, and I'm glad to see people are already hanging out with us. Munoz, great to see you, man. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing good, too. And then Shrugs, thanks for joining the stream as well. And kind of get started a little bit. Jolly already asking a good question here if we're going to have Chaos legal today, since it is locals. And unfortunately, we're not going to be doing Chaos because we have Indianapolis Regionals coming up, and a lot of our players are prepping for that event.
And that's exactly it. We will, as soon as it benefits our players to do so.
Yep.
And so we have our challenge next week, locals this week, but then after that, Indies next weekend, and then it's all NAIC prep.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be super exciting. There's a lot of fun stuff kind of coming up here. So super excited to get started here.
I am excited. And as getting started here, we do have 2 players coming up.
Damn it. Oh, we don't have the dice.
We don't have damage counters. We don't have dice. Just use their own.
Yeah.
And just try to make it obvious as possible.
Yeah, if you have dark, yeah. I also brought my dice too, and they're like tan in case people kind of needed that. So we can always use that if needed as well.
Perfect. All right, so Brian, talk us through what we're going to see today, though. Like, what's coming up? What do we expect?
Yeah, so I mean, big bad of the meta is still Dragapult, so I'm expecting for that to be kind of the biggest deck in the room here. And if people aren't playing Dragapult, I would feel like we're playing some other stuff like Raging Bolt, maybe the Slot Box, stuff like that.
I would tend to agree with that. I think the big basic decks are a very real threat right now and something we're going to see around. And I mean, there were some interesting results from this past weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like those big basic decks also are super good in the meta right now, too, just because, Dragapult is able to be like a turbo deck in a way with Rare Candy and Crispin and all that stuff, but these big basic decks can definitely take advantage of the slow starts that Dragapult can tend to have. So if it's able to kind of take advantage of that, it can kind of run the deck over. So that could definitely be something to kind of look at here.
And as we mentioned, our technological skills are just out of this world. I am currently figuring out how to pull up the pairings here. Beautiful. Excellent.
Beautiful.
So, Brian, like you said, we are likely to see some big, fat decks coming into Indy.
Definitely.
And Cat, exactly like you're saying, Bolt.
Yeah, definitely. And Kat also mentioning that liking the bunnies for Indy 2. Good one to show here, too, because our boy Kev is going to be on round 1, and I know he's playing some sort of Lopunny deck here.
That seems like a solid assumption.
Yeah, that's the one he's been playing lately, so definitely going to be looking to see that, too. And knowing Elias, he is probably playing Raging Bolt. That's what I'm thinking, too.
That would be my guess as well. That has been the deck he's been on, although, to his credit, he's been trying a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah, he has been. And I mean, Elias has been doing really, really well this season with a lot of different decks. I know, like, he's having his first couple of day 2s with Goldango, and now he's been transitioning to Raging Bolt. And I know I heard from some rumblings that he was thinking about playing Dragapult, too, so we'll kind of go from there and kind of see where they're doing. So we're getting set up here. Looks like Kev is playing the bunny deck. Elias should be playing Raging Bolt. This actually might be Dragapult.
That would be interesting.
Oh, wait.
Well.
Let's see here. We got a Kangaskhan start here.
And so tell us about that, Brian.
Yeah.
Like, what does this Kangaskhan start indicate?
Yeah, the Kang start, I mean, is always good just because you always want to be able to start or promote that Pokemon just because of the Draw 2 ability that it does have. And it is a pretty big body, so one of those Pokemon that's a little bit harder to kind of knock out. So it's definitely a good start to have here. But on the side of Kev, he is starting the Dunsparce here and a Pokepad. So starting with the Fanrotom. The Fanrotom is definitely going to be good here. You can get a Baneri off of this, and he can also find a Dunsparce, maybe the Dunsparce as well.
And so you see the water energy in Kevin's deck. That is indicative that we are playing something else in here, and that's a Mega Frostlass.
Yeah, Mega Frostlass. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where when I was playing Kev during Locals last week, got to kind of keep an eye out for the amount of cards that you have in hand, because that Mega Frostlass can definitely take advantage of really, really big hands.
And so Kat making a good point that having a lot of Kang, starting it, getting to draw with it, and it's just a good kind of baseline attacker.
Yeah.
However, if you have 6 cards in your hand, that Frostlass just deletes it for 3 prizes.
3 prizes. That's definitely the drawback of it. Is that whole 3 prize aspect of it. So Kev's starting up with a pretty loaded board here. So looking pretty good. And drawing that Fighting Energy, it's looking like we are playing Raging Bolt here, I think.
And I mean, Raging Bolt right now is a really good play, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I do like it just because out of all the big basic decks, it has the best matchup into other big basic decks as well.
So why is that?
Yeah, just because of that Bellowing Thunder attack. The Bellowing Thunder attack is just able to, just do so much damage, whether it's, to the little Pokemon, it's like, only 2 energy to attack, and then you just remove from the board to escalate that number, or even to like a lot of the taller Pokemon as well. It's able to pretty much take anywhere between 1 and 3 prizes any turn.
And I mean, that's a huge deal. Just be able to apply that much pressure. And though, to be fair, Kevin doing a really good job of saying you're only going to take a single prize even if you do pop off. And Elias is benching another Kang.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's pretty much this whole prize board is kind of here already.
Oh,
yeah.
So that Mega Frostlass is looking better and better because now Kevin could win in just 2 attacks.
Yeah, definitely can. So we'll see where we're going to go with this. Looks like we're eyeing the Ultra Ball here, and I'm wondering if that's to maybe get the Mega Frostlass here, or if it's to maybe get one of those Dunsparces so we can draw more cards, is what I'm kind of thinking here.
So let me make sure the microphone's close enough, but I don't know if Mega Frostlass is needed here, only because Elias only has 5 cards in hand.
Yeah.
So right now, that Mega Frostlass would be hitting for at most 250.
250.
And that's just not worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Unless you wanted to play the slow game and go with the other Frostlass to kind of get those damage counter ticks kind of going. But based off what I'm thinking here, it might just be extra draw power here, and we might just try to just swing with this Fan Rotom.
And I actually love going for the Lilies here for Kevin, because that one search of an evolution Pokemon and energy doesn't actually buy you too much right now.
No, even though you're going to be seeing 6 cards off of the 2 Dunsparces that we would get, I don't even think it's really worth it compared to, a fresh 8 cards here.
And that's exactly my thought too. Just set up a full hand so that way in your following turns, it's much easier to work from a big hand size than try to play from just 6 cards where you've used up a bunch of onboard draw.
Yeah, definitely. And we're already going to be able to see those 6 extra cards here too. So going to be pretty good here on the side of Kev. And we do have that Buddy Poffin in hand as well. So that Buddy Poffin's going to be able to put that Dunsparce back on the bench.
And that's a huge deal, like being able to draw more aggressively. And Moshi, thank you so much for joining. Moshi, I have your deck. So I am so sorry I didn't get back to you, but I do have it for you. And Kate had a lot of fun with it, even though she did about as poorly as I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so getting that other Dun down, drawing cards, is Kevin just digging for an energy here?
I mean, he has energy. He's got that Mist energy in the hand here. I guess he wanted to see every card he could possibly get and then just use one single Buddy Poffin to put those 2 Dunsparces back on the bench.
I don't really see a downside for that, do you?
Yeah, definitely. No, I think it's a great move here just because he's seeing so many cards already here. So this is pretty good on Kev's side already. We have the energy ready for the attack, and we should be able to start swinging here pretty soon.
I would actually love to see Kevin attach and swing here, only because it enables that Frostlass to do a lot more damage a lot more easily.
Yeah, definitely. And also, if we go into the Mega Lopunny into the next turn as well, that could also clean up a knockout as well.
You're right. 230 plus 70, that is a perfect math to kill this Kang.
Yep, definitely.
Knockout. So then, do you think Kevin does attach here?
Yeah, I think we do. We definitely do here. And then we're going to go with that Assault Landing, 70 damage, and then we'll see what Elias is able to accomplish this next turn.
Hopefully it's a lot. But
we got Ultra Ball. That's huge here.
That Ultra Ball is going to help a ton. And we see, well,
we have Ultra Ball fodder here, so at least we could, take some cards out of the deck that we probably don't need right now, kind of like that Chen Pao, and see what we can grab from there.
No, Moshi, I appreciate it. It is absolutely all about having fun. Want to make sure we have a good time. And I'm glad you guys had fun on the senior boat cruise. That's
Yeah.
sick. Young Moshi, as we know, graduating, going to college in the fall.
Definitely. Is he here today?
They said, Moshi just said he is on his way.
On his way. Okay, cool. Because we have treats for him.
We actually have YouTube chats.
Yes, we have. I have YouTube chat over here.
You do? Okay,
Yeah, so I can address those ones. And Wise Kev looking at his deck while shuffling like that. Didn't really notice it, but I assure you we have no kinds of cheating around here.
Oh, we gonna kick him off the team instantly if something like that happens. But no, good eye. And Mad Saint, I'm glad you guys see this stuff because we want to make sure we maintain a good board.
Yeah, definitely do.
And speaking of that, Brian, what's happening on this board for Elias?
Yeah, so we use that Ultra Ball to grab the Meowth EX, and we're going to be using that for Crispin so we can attack with this Kang is what I'm looking at here.
That
not great.
Can't possibly be correct.
It's tough, though, because, our hand isn't really great unless we only play maybe a one of Lilies, and that might be prized. I don't see where else we can kind of do this. And then Brian MCP, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We love holding these local streams. So we appreciate everyone who comes by every week to go watch them.
Seriously, thank you very much for joining. We love doing this.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here with you too.
I know it has been a minute, man. So it's exciting to get to do this.
Definitely. So looks like we went with that knockout on the side of Elias here, and then Kev is going to be putting the Dunsparce in the active here. Yeah, lots of Brian's around here. That's funny.
Exactly. All right, so then Elias does take his first prize. We are applying at least a little bit of pressure, but Kevin's got to be pretty happy about this.
Definitely. So we're going to be getting the Dunsparce going on here. And part of me is wondering why we're putting it on the one on the bench unless we're planning to use a second one on the active one as well.
So I assume we're going to move the active one. Currently, Dun EX is only doing 180, so that couldn't be right.
No, unless we plan to use both of them. That's probably the plan here. So we're going to draw 3 here.
Getting that Buddy Poff and using both is fine.
Yeah,
we just
definitely.
loop them all over
we can just
again.
Loop them all back.
So the one thing for Brian, and I don't know what you would like, for Kevin, and I don't know what you would like to see, Brian. I would love to see a Gus KO on that Kang on the bench.
Yeah, that would be pretty good too. I would like to see that as well.
And so only reason I'm saying that is because Elias may be able to play down his hand in the future, but that's 6 cards.
Yeah.
It's perfect math.
6 cards, it's good right now. So let's see what we're doing with it right now. And Brian MCP saying Hearthstone player. Okay. I tried playing Hearthstone at one point, but I don't know. I just like the feeling of physical cards. That's the main thing too. But out of all of the TCGs, I would say that Pokemon's probably the most affordable one to kind of keep up with.
So I would agree. And man, I will tell you, if you're looking for a couple cheap decks to play, boy, do we have some we can talk about. Because this Lopunny deck costs about $13.
Yeah, definitely. So you can have a ready-to-play deck. I wouldn't say it's winning regionals here, but it's definitely getting you a decent finish.
It did just win the regional.
Yeah, that's true.
It did. We had Bunny win a regional, and we had
Which one was it?
It won the Utrecht.
Oh, Utrecht, okay.
And then we had Hydrapple EX win Campinas over the weekend, or Campinas. That's crazy, man.
That is
What
crazy.
is the world we are living in?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so getting back to the game, Kevin is setting up 2 more Dunsparces on the bench. Got that Dun in the active. And are we going for the boss play?
I guess so. We have a boss here now.
I think it just came down to, did Kevin have the right type of energy?
Yeah. I don't know what we're trying to do here, though.
And then Kat saying TCG is cheap. Yes. And I will say, and Brian, I don't know what level of funding you have right now for it. Once you get a deck, it's super cheap from there.
Oh,
but yeah, it probably does take $50, $100 to get into it.
Yeah, definitely. Just especially if you buy something like the Trainer Toolkit or anything like that. Those pretty much get you all the pieces you kind of need to kind of get started. So Definitely good there. So looks like we're actually going with the Hilda here to grab the Mega Lopunny and the Water Energy.
Which I don't mind if we missed Boss Mega Frostlass Energy.
Yeah.
Because you still take a 3-prize knockout here as Kevin, and then you have an opportunity to KO that other Kang at some point later in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like we're in such a good spot right now that it's okay if we kind of have to just, use the boss maybe on the Meowth and have to take an extra prize on top of that.
Agreed.
Yep.
And then Brian, yes, I will say there's a lot of very well-founded complaints about
Yeah.
live, but being able to just play any deck ever is a wonderful thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely is.
So then, Brian, do you think this is the right call to go into Bunny?
I think so. If you wanted to originally go for the plan of Frostlass boss and you weren't able to draw into that, this is your next best bet.
True. Very true. And so we do see Kevin puts down the air balloon. Kevin has a free retreating done in the active. Kevin bounces the area 0. And then we're going to Gale Thrust for 3 prizes and be 1 attack away from winning this game already.
Yeah.
Guys, you need to make these games more dramatic for us. Holy.
Well, do we have both setups today?
We do not.
So we only have one.
We do.
Only
I'm
one.
going to play another of the end.
All right.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Thank you, Rafal.
Yeah. That should
Rafal's
just
here
be
backing us up.
Yeah, that should just be like the standard for today. You should just tell everyone who goes on stream, it's like play an extra game if you get donked or anything like that.
So for those who are wondering what's going on, Norm had the stream at their PopCon event in Indianapolis last weekend, or 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
And so Norm was very, very kind last week and set up one of the cameras for us so we could stream.
Yep.
And Norm has a lot of stuff going on, so he's unable to set it up. And Bryce is currently on vacation, and I have a full-time job,
Yes.
which means
I also have a full-time job.
correct. So the stream is not additionally set up, but next week for our challenge, we should have 2 games. You'll see our loving faces, all of that.
Definitely. And then just prizes, Dan.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
All right. So it looks like we're going to go with a play here. We have a Koraidon EX currently in the active.
Sweet child of mine, are we knocking out this Lopunny?
We definitely are, because I know that Koraidon EX has a revenge attack.
Yes, I believe it's 2 energy.
Yeah.
It does 70 plus 170 more, 70 plus 100 more, or something like
Yeah,
that.
and it hits it for weakness, too. So we are retaliating with 3 prizes here.
I mean, that is a drastic turnaround from where Elias was just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, but I feel like if we're taking 3 prizes here on the side of Elias, we might be able to set ourselves up here for success if we're able to get that Boss Frostlass play.
If we were able to get that
If.
Boss Frost last play, because that's the benefit for Kevin. Kevin doesn't need to put down a 2-prizer until he wins the game.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, do we have enough EXs here to Dunsparce EX?
As long as Kevin has an energy?
Yeah, we do.
Yes, indeed. That is
All right, cool.
6 EXs, 60 damage each.
Yeah,
That
360 damage.
that cooks a Kang.
Yeah, we definitely cooks the Kangs. So definitely a very interesting deck here. It's cool to see that other stuff besides Dragapult are winning.
I think that's been one of the big highlights coming out of this weekend is obviously Dragapult is absurdly good.
Yeah.
There were 7 in ASIM in Campinas, and then there were 6 or 7 in ASIM in Utrecht too.
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right.
Yeah, it was by far Dragapult, but
Yeah, and then just in general, its play rate at all of these major events, it's looking like Silver Tempest Lugia.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Omnipoke, Joe Bernard.
Yeah.
Great insight and great content there. He was saying that he thinks 30% Dragapult is being underplayed for the quality of the deck. Because Dragapult is just far and away better than everything else.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And then one of the YouTube messages here, Captain Capybara saying, well, at rotation, Kev says, Bunny seems like a gimmick, and now look what we have here.
Thank you for calling him out on that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so our players are going to be drawn up for a second game here, and hopefully Elias can get a better start here.
I gotta say, starting Meowth is not that.
It
That
isn't.
is less than ideal. But Elias does get to go first, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like 4 Meowths.
He does play
Oh, okay.
for Meowth.
Is
All
this
right.
Raging Bolt, or is he playing like a different kind of archetype here?
It looked like Raging.
It looks like Raging Bolt, right?
It seems Raging Bolt adjacent.
Yeah.
So it is all the same energies Raging Bolt uses, plus a whole lot of shenanigan attackers mixed in
I just
there.
wanted to make sure this is not like a slot box like Variant or something like that.
So, yes, and also no, because with this slot box deck, at a certain point, it really is just a big basic deck with Crispins.
Yeah, it's like it's like pretty much like a new version of like Terrabox in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was I going to say? So it is cool to see, though, because this is a deck that people tend to hate on. Like, obviously, you call it literal slot
Yeah.
box. But also, Raging Bolt has been pretty under-respected.
Yeah, it definitely has been. And for the potential that it has, I'm very surprised that we don't have like the results to kind of back it up in a way.
So I
Yeah.
would tend to agree. The downside is with this deck is you are very straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, you do one thing. You set up Raging Bolts and you punch.
Yeah.
And because you don't have Noctowl, you have a little less agency or control throughout the game.
Yeah, definitely. And Chaz saying could be an Ogre Pond box with one Raging Bolt EX as an endgame attacker.
Exactly.
Top 8 in Utrecht.
At
Yes.
top 8 in Utrecht? Okay.
And I think that's exactly it.
Yeah.
These are all slop boxes. You're just changing what slop is in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Brian, talk us through Kevin's turn here. What's Kevin trying to set up?
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like the same thing that last time, except we don't have the Fan Rotom here instead. We're able to get the Baneri, the Dunsparce. We got 2 of them here, and then we have the Snow Runt in the bench here as well.
And who needs Fan Rotom when you can just do this?
Yeah, definitely. Radov saying in defense of the homie, Kev will play anything as long as you talk him on a day with it, with a Y in it, which is true. He is willing to play any and everything. So
100%,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. It gives us good insight on
yeah,
the
it gives
team.
us good insight and gives us good practice too.
Yes, I agree. Top 8 in convenience.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Chaz.
Yep.
All right, so I mean, getting that Lilies for 8, having 2 Duns down, a Bunny down, a Snow Run down. I mean, Kevin's got to be feeling really good about this start.
Yeah, it definitely should be. So, I mean, we're kind of cruising here. And Chaz saying Hydrapple EX seems like a fun deck.
Let me tell y'all, for Indy, my 2 decks right now are Dragapult and Hydrapple.
Hydrapple.
EX. And I've been playing a lot of Hydrapple,
Yeah.
and that deck is fun, and it is also not a meme. That
This
thing
is-
is good.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't the first time you've considered a Hydrapple.
It is not.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this is the first time it's been reasonable for me to consider it, but
I forgot when the last time that you were actually considering like a Hydrapple related deck was.
oh, goodness.
Oh, it must have been. Which SPE did you do last year?
Sevilla.
Sevilla. It's got to be from that.
It may have been from that,
Yeah.
yes. But I just decided to play Dragapult like every time ever, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. But looks like we are on Elias's turn here. We got some basics on the bench now, which is good.
Elias also has Crispin, so we'll be able to Teal Dance, get some energy down.
Yeah, definitely. So we still have a free attachment ready for us as well.
Oh.
We're just going to actually go the route of just retreat with Latias and punch, looks like.
Honestly, this is, I think, a fantastic decision.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for Elias, the route that he's at, he just wants to start attacking as soon as possible just because he's susceptible to either like the 3-3 prize map or the 2-2-2 prize map for him. So he's going to need to really just start taking those prizes as soon as possible.
The advantage Elias has, too, is Elias has 3 cards in hand.
Yeah.
So not at risk of getting one-shot by Frostlass.
Yeah.
And also, Bunny doing 230 will also not one-shot this Raging
Yeah,
Bolt.
definitely. And plus, we still have Lily for the next turn as well. Yeah. And then someone asking in the chat, when will Dan return to his rogue roots when he was playing Corviknight VMAX?
Listen, give me like 10 seconds through this game, and I will tell y'all about Corviknight VMAX. But Kat, you
Yeah.
are correct. Kevin can just simply murder this Raging
Yeah.
Bolt with Dun Dun.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But it seems like a good route here.
Raging, thank you for joining.
Yeah, appreciate you for joining here.
So-
Looks like we got a lot of people coming in, which is super solid here.
Honestly, you know what? This is
Yeah.
a good time to do the silly content thing.
Yeah.
Y'all, if you like us, please like and subscribe on
Yep.
YouTube. Please follow, subscribe, should you feel so open on Twitch. We get nothing from that, but Norm does, and I like Norm. But in general, dudes, thanks for all coming to hang out.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely appreciate it. It's going to be a lot of fun events coming up, too. So we have like our charity event coming up. We've got some other 3v3 and GLC 1K, hopefully stuff like that. YouTube link. We can.
Can you send the YouTube link in the Twitch chat? I don't know how to do it since
Yeah.
I'm the one streaming to the YouTube.
Oh yeah, true.
Thank you.
But yeah, Rafal will put it in the chat for you.
Yes. But no, like Brian said, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. Kat, we also just miss seeing Norm in general. He's great.
I know. I don't get to see him very often.
But so talk us through this turn a little bit, and then I want to talk about Corviknight. You bet your sweet baby yes. And then also we can talk about the cool events we got this summer.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So Kev has the Ultra Ball down here, and we're looking for what's our play here. Are we going to go with, it looks like we're just going with another Dunsparce.
I think Kevin's play's got to be to knock out this Bolt.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be Dunsparce EX. I saw it in the deck.
The only risk of going into Dundun EX is that Elias can knock that out pretty easily.
Oh, yeah, with the Koraidon EX, or if he wants to go with another Raging Bolt. There's definitely ways around it.
The only risk is Elias can also, knock it out with a Kangaskhan if we get a little lucky.
Yeah.
Because the issue is then if Kevin goes into a 3-prizer, Elias will just win by knocking it out. So Kevin has to be really careful about how he sets up his prize map here.
Definitely has to be.
And Rolf sent the YouTube link, so thank you, Brian, and thank you, Rolf, for doing that.
Make sure it works.
Yeah, if
just click on it here.
Yeah, just make sure everything looks good. Yep, if you click on the link and then that little live circle next to the NRG logo, or that has the NRG logo on it, click on that, and that should take you straight to the live stream.
Perfect. And I did not drag a hole in the space-time continuum for clicking on our stream through our stream.
Cool, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Brian.
Thank you for the YouTube sub.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so then Kevin going in with Snorunt to hit for 10 damage with Chili.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
That's a play.
That is a decision of all time.
That's a play.
What do you think Kevin did wrong there? What did we miss?
I don't know. I think it was maybe we just didn't get the right stuff that we wanted off those Dunsparce draws. Maybe Kev's trying to limit test himself, see what other lines are kind of there.
And I'm sorry, is that a Hero's Cape in Raging Bolts?
Oh.
What is happening there?
I know Kev was playing Hero's Cape in his deck, too.
Interesting.
I hear Hero's Cape is like a $15 card now, too.
It is, because I bought one and then just found mine yesterday when I was searching through my stuff, so I'm a little annoyed.
I know. I remember when I opened Temporal Forces, and I was like, all these A-specs and stuff like that. Now they're starting to become like kind of pricey.
I know. Dude,
Yeah.
everything's getting pricey.
Yeah,
Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
I'm an old man. I'll yell at the clouds. But so, Brian, what is Elias's plan here? Because this energy distribution is weird.
Yeah, definitely. We're just kind of trying to load the board up here, and I think we're hoping to go for another. We're trying to set up for a couple things. We see the Baby Bolt with one of those energies on there. We're hoping for maybe like something like an E-switch to where we can put that lightning energy onto the Baby Bolt. Oh wait, no, it's the EX. The glare kind of.
That is the EX. There are no babies on Elias's board right now.
Yeah, but looks like I think we're just trying to see if we can get like E-switch so we could Belling Thunder again.
And it looks like Elias passed over with 5 cards in hand. For the chat, Kat, that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah.
Hero's Cape is a huge deal against Pult. And Capybara, Spiky Energy is a really good math fixer.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Moshi just came back.
Yeah.
Apparently, everyone's hanging out back
Everybody's
here. So
back here right now.
Congratulations on being a senior and graduating, Moshi.
Yeah, and going to college.
Yeah, that's cool too, I guess.
That is good.
But Pokemon-wise, looking at Kevin's game here, Kevin weirdly went from doing something horrible in hitting with Snorunt for 10 to, again, being in actually a really good position.
Yeah, definitely, because now we have the Dunsparce here, EX, so we'll be able to take potentially a 3-prize knockout here.
I mean, that's really good.
Yeah.
Because also it enables Kevin to win with one more 3-prize knockout, which really just forces Elias to not put down a Kang or anything else to draw with.
Yeah, and I feel like with where he's currently at here with Fez, I think we're okay without a Kang.
I would agree, and Elias knows that, which is probably why Elias is okay with this Kang going down.
Yeah.
So for the chat really quick, Victor, Master Ball League this weekend.
Yeah.
Not sure what to play. Brian, if you're going to pick between Bolt, Lucario, Mewtwo, or Hydrapple, what would you row?
Bolt. You know, I'd probably play Bolt.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely say Bolt. And then Master Ball League. Where's the Master Ball League at?
Victor, where are you playing
I'm pretty
Master Ball?
sure it's one of the. Oh, it's in the Philippines.
Philippines.
Oh,
Okay,
very
cool.
Very cool. So yeah.
I was going to say, Victor, good luck, my friend.
Fellow Filipino in the chat.
There you go.
Yeah, and then Shrug saying, seeing any players using Team Rocket decks. I don't know about here.
Can you guys go scout and see if there's any Team Rockets?
Any Team Rocket decks that you saw?
There's at least one.
Yeah, maybe one.
Okay.
We'll see. If they win their game, we might be able to put them on stream.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Singapore.
Oh, sick.
Cool. 'Cause
Nice.
I know those Master Ball Leagues are usually around like Southeast Asia.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know they do have them in the Philippines too because they have those really cool stamped cards that they give out as
Yeah.
prize cards that have like the, the Master Ball stamp on them.
No, they're beautiful. And then on my end, though, I would definitely play Hydrapple.
Yeah, Hydrapple.
If you're not going to play Bolt, and the only reason I say that is Mewtwo, Lucario, Raging Bolt, they can beat Dragapult,
Yeah.
but over a large enough sample size, they don't.
Yeah.
Hydrapple, the numbers say it wasn't favored generally, but if you look at the day 2 data, the data is actually really good for Hydrapple, which to
Yeah.
me indicates a lot of the players playing it weren't playing effectively enough to make up for that kind of power
Yeah,
difference.
definitely.
But once you play it effectively, you're doing really well into Pulse.
Yeah, especially if you know that matchup well too. So it looks like we have the Mega Frostlass in the active now. We're grabbing the boss here.
What do you think about that play?
Ooh. I think it's pretty good. I'm trying to see, is Kev at 4 prizes here?
Kev is still at 6.
At 6.
Nothing has been
Okay.
knocked out yet.
So I'm wondering if we're just going to go 3 or 2-2-2 here.
that seems like the best decision.
Yeah.
And going for the Fez,
Going for the Fez is good. I like that here.
I disagree entirely.
Okay. What are you thinking, Dan?
I think it should have been Bolt.
Bolt. Okay. Oh, I can see that too. That's good.
Because the issue is
Yeah.
Elias needs a single energy attachment to absolutely obliterate this
Yeah,
Frostlass.
definitely. I can see that. That's a good play.
Kevin goes down to 4 prizes.
Yep.
Elias is at 5. But I mean, and Elias just stretchers that the Fez right back.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be back in play again. Unfortunately, if we just took out the Bolt here, I mean, we could still probably put that in play still, but it would be a lot more difficult.
And so
It would require like Crispin or like E-Switch or something like that.
And exactly like you saw, Victor, I appreciate it. We always try to give moderate to decent insights,
Yes.
though it's not always the case.
Yeah, we're definitely not meta predictors or anything like that.
I've told you guys this all the time. I have one skill, and the skill is playing the game.
Yeah, we're not like innovators, deck builders.
No.
Nothing like that. We just like to play.
Although I will say, and Eli's going to give me some side eye for this, if I do play Dragapult this weekend, I'm playing a 1/1 Rapska in it. Because you know what? Bunch of people are playing hammers. They're playing all
Yeah.
kinds of shenanigans.
Yeah.
Dragapult is a really bad deck if you just hit the active for 200.
Yeah.
And if you want to gust up and hit my Rapska, you know what else is alive? Everything else.
Yeah, and we have enough recovery cards to where that Rapska could definitely come back.
I'm saying. And also, even if it just stops 1 to 2 turns of Phantom Dive spread damage, you're probably doing all right.
Yeah, definitely are.
And so Elias has obliterated that Frostlass from existence.
Yeah, and it's got the Hero's Cape on it now, too.
That is a 340 HP Raging Bolt. That is
Yeah,
crazy.
That is crazy. And we have, I don't think we have any way of taking that thing out.
Kevin, I don't believe this list plays Tool Scrapper.
Or Jamming Tower.
Or anything like that. And so that's the fun thing. With that chili attack from Snowrunt, Lopen and Gale Thrust actually would have cleaned up this Raging Bolt.
Yeah, maybe that was the line.
It was the big brain play.
Yeah, it was the big brain play that just went over our heads.
Listen, it was a great play, except for it wasn't, but it's
Yeah.
fine. So then, does Kevin just lose?
Probably does. I feel like a couple slow, turns of not really accomplishing much, I think resulted in, not much kind of happening here.
And I mean, this is going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the downsides of going with a deck that relies on kind of squishy 3-prizers that if you go up against a deck that can reach a one-shot, you're just going to get run off the board.
Absolutely.
And so if you're wondering who's favored into Bunny between Hydrapple and Bunny, I'm looking at Brian expectantly.
I don't even know.
Dude,
I mean,
it is the Apple.
yeah, the
Because
apple.
Apple can reach for a one-shot pretty easily.
Yeah, the bunny definitely requires a little bit more effort.
It does.
Yeah.
And Frostlass can hit for over 330, but that's it in the Bunny deck.
Yeah, definitely. It's not looking too good here. Looks like we're just going to thrust for the attack here, and we're going to see if Elias can clean up.
So Elias has 12 cards in hand.
Yeah. I think Crispin's one of those cards as well.
Cleaning up seems pretty easy.
Yeah, definitely. Hero's Cape's in the deck on Kev's side.
And I mean, Hero's Cape would put it at 430, which would be 7 energy? Okay, that could be a little tough.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that probably
Yeah.
would have saved it.
It's just tough. We couldn't, like, grab everything we kind of needed.
You can come
Yeah,
in.
Come in. Oh.
Come in. I don't know.
I'll open the door.
Okay, thank you, Brian. But yeah, so Elias is honestly in a really, really good position here because. Oh, yeah. Sorry. As we mentioned, Senior lovingly loaned my wife a deck to play last weekend. So I'm giving it back, which
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate. Also, they covered your locals last week, right? Never mind. I'll talk to you about it afterwards. But okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All
All
right, so-
right. Looks like we're going to clean up here soon. We're going to do some extra drawing here. We got an Ultra Ball. Is that for the Latias? Oh, the Crydon. Oh, okay. So we're going to Crydon
just
Crispin.
Crydon. That's going to do it.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Yep.
Well, all right. So this is
Boom.
really good showing for Raging Bolt in the second game.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool we get to see at least both decks function relatively well.
Yeah. It was tough, though, that one deck wasn't able to function as much.
I know. And that is one thing that happens sometimes in Pokemon is you just see one-sided games,
Yeah.
which is kind of unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but I think that's just part of the game, you know. You open with a set of cards here, and then you kind of just leave it up to fate.
I know. So, Brian, we had a couple different things we were going to talk about here. So where do you want to start?
Do you want to start with charity, maybe?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually a great idea. So we were talking, Brian had mentioned we have some events coming up this summer,
Yeah.
and we do. So, Brian, start us off with this charity thing. What do we have going on?
Definitely. So if you guys aren't familiar, so for the last couple of years, it seems like that we've just been, holding some sort of charity event. We pick a different charity each year. A couple of years ago, we did Greater Chicago Food Bank, and then last year we did the Trevor Project. So we definitely, amongst the team, talk about, a charity, a cause, or something that we have that we feel very strongly about, and we hold a Pokemon event to kind of raise some funds so we can give back to our community. Just because we're so blessed that we're able to, be in our position, have this hobby, travel the world, play the game. So, kind of give back to those less fortunate than us. So this year, we actually are going to try something different. Because the last couple of years, we actually did collaborative events with teams like the Lost Zone Kitchen, and then we got a bunch of pro players last year as well while they were prepping for Worlds. But this year, we kind of wanted to do something a little different, and we're looking to do a tournament.
Yeah, so the thing we found over the past couple events is it just feels better to do it from a local focus. Like to have the people that are here be the ones kind of driving. And I will say, the locals here, our community here, they were wonderful with donations.
Yeah.
The Moshis helped give us some stuff for giveaways and like. And so we figured, why not just have this all be for the locals? Rajan, we would love to have you fly out here.
It would be awesome just to have you in the store.
So July 12th, we are going to do a charity tournament for the Ronald McDonald House Charities. And we are going to have it streamed all on Twitch and YouTube. Donation link up. We're going to have giveaways, prizes for Top Cut and the winner, and like some real good ones.
And correct me if I'm wrong, also entry goes towards charity as well, correct?
Yes, so
Yeah.
there is going to be no actual buy-in for Nerd Rage.
Yeah.
Entry to this tournament is 100% a donation to the Ronald McDonald House. So
Yeah, definitely.
we're going to have prizes for the biggest donations given. We're going to try to organize some more community stuff around this. But, yeah, we would love to have you, if you're in the area, come play. And then if you're not, come join in and really just donate and do some good for the cause.
Yeah, definitely. And then, Dan, do you want to explain maybe a couple of reasons why we are picking the Ronald McDonald House?
I would love to as I get this typed in here. But, Brian, do you know what the Ronald McDonald House is?
Yeah, so, we're both healthcare workers.
Yes.
So, to my understanding, the Ronald McDonald House kind of helps people whenever, family members get hospitalized for long periods of time, especially if you're a long distance away from wherever you're receiving your care. Your family members still need to have a place to stay as well. So they kind of help out with resources and stuff like that while your loved ones are receiving the care that they kind of need.
And I'll definitely share this too as we get more into it. But my family actually stayed with Ronald McDonald House when I was a wee child and my sister was born, because she was in the ICU for a week or two or more. And so my parents stayed and were supported by Ronald McDonald House. So obviously this is one that hits pretty deep for me.
Yeah, and definitely since both of us are also healthcare workers too, it's definitely something that kind of hits close to home for us as well. So if we're able to give back to our community, whether it's in the workplace or out of the workplace, we try to do that as well.
100%. So we'll have a lot more about that going forward. But now, let's keep talking about Pokemon, because, Brian, we got a Turn 1 Team Rocket's Proton raw in hand.
Definitely. I know. It's crazy, too, because that Proton you can play going first, right?
And that's
the one you can
huge
play?
deal with this deck. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have a crazy hand here already. We're able to get some of those, was it the Tarantulas on the bench here, as well as the Rocket Stadium here as well. And we're just drawing into everything.
And we have a Turn 1 attachments to the Rocket Mewtwo. Holy!
So let's see if we're able to get anything done here. So we're going to bump the Stadium, which is definitely something we needed to do. Terra Orb's good. Terra Orb's going to be able to get us at least a second Pokemon.
Which is very important.
Yep. And then something with Jason's deck is he's actually playing a Owl List.
Yes, and I think that's a really different build compared to what we just saw.
Yeah, definitely. And I have a preference to Owls. I feel like you have a lot more flexibility in the deck when you have the Owls. So it'll be interesting to see how an Owl List versus a non-Owl List kind of gets started here.
Agreed. Rajan, what you just saw from Banapal is certainly not the typical Team Rockets experience.
It's not the experience everybody gets. And then Mike Martin saying, what a hand.
I know, Mike, awesome to have you here. Thank you for joining. And this actually could be a really interesting matchup, because Banapal can hit with Team Rocket's Mewtwo, but to be honest, putting down that Mewtwo is more of a liability than a benefit.
Oh,
in this
yeah,
matchup.
definitely. Especially into Raging Bolt, where that's going to be a pretty easy two-prizer to take. But on the side of Banapal, it's actually also kind of a benefit as well, because that can also take a lot of those two-prizers as well. So we're going to see the Ultra Ball come down as well. The Iron Leaves gets discarded, and I think we're going to consider maybe the E-Switch or the Boss here. And I wonder if we're going to grab something like maybe Fan Rotom.
I gotta imagine Fan Rotom is the grab, because Jason really isn't under a ton of pressure as of now.
Yeah, we definitely are in a good place here, just because we do have the Hoot Hoot in hand here. Ooh, we're looking like to go with the Serrano off the Meowth here.
What do you think about that decision?
I kind of think it depends on what we're able to grab here. If we're grabbing Fez off of it, I don't know how convinced I am of that right now. I can kind of see it just in case for the next turn, but I don't know. It doesn't look like we're really getting an attack off here or anything like that.
So the two things I would say is, one, right now, Banapal does not have any energy in the discard.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to cram any energy onto the board very efficiently. The other thing to note, though, is Jason isn't going to take a knockout right now.
Yeah, we're not taking a knockout here, and that's definitely one of the goals of Raging Bull here is, you just want to start hitting fast.
Mike, I have not played a ton of content or played a ton of games in a couple months either, so it is awesome to have you here joining us.
Yeah.
Are you going to Indy or NAIC?
I'm not going to anything.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
going to Indy. So, Mike, let us know if you're
let
going.
us know if you're going, though. Yeah, it's cool, though, that you were able to make Toronto. Toronto's always one of my favorite events, so I'm always a fan of that one. I always tell people that they should go to that event if there's not many that they can go to.
Jason, you should go into Raging Bolt here.
Yeah.
That is
That is probably
Not the one.
That's probably the one you least want to go into.
correct.
Yeah.
No, actually, the least would be Teal Mask Ogerpon.
Yeah.
Because that would let that lovely little Mimikyu
Yeah.
murder.
Definitely.
Rajin, I would love to. Unfortunately, I am going to Seattle the weekend after NAIC
Ooh,
for the
that's fun.
U.S.-Australia game.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I
Yeah.
cannot morally justify having my wife have 2 4-day weekends with baby in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah.
Because I like being married.
Yes.
All right, so Brian, talk us through Banapal's turn here. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Okay, so we have a Spidops here now. I think we played. Did we play Hilda or do we just draw into it?
Banapal has
we have
not-
a no. We played a bug catching set. I was like, how do we
Yes.
get an energy and the Spidops here?
And I mean,
Yeah.
Bug Catching Set, weirdly enough, is one of the highest played cards in the meta right
Yeah,
now.
definitely. I mean, it has so much synergy with a lot of these other decks like Festival Lead and like a lot of the Grass Box decks too. Looks like we might be eyeing this Secret Box here though.
So Secret Box is a really cool inclusion in this deck, just to let
Yeah.
yourself get more solid setup and get your Rocket supporter, and then additional draw with the Rocket Stadium.
Yeah, definitely. Mike Martin, definitely understand where you're coming from here. I've also been focused on being an adult and stuff. That's why I haven't been traveling to events or anything like that. So definitely life comes first.
Yes,
Yeah.
fully support that. Prioritize life because the Pokemon ain't fun if you're stressed about everything else.
Exactly. So looks like we're grabbing the Secret Box here. We use it. Let's see what we're going to grab off of it. So Secret Box, it's interesting that card has definitely seen a steep decline in the
It
usage
has.
ever since Gardevoir EX rotated.
And it still
Yeah.
comes in setup decks like Grimstar, the
Yeah.
like, but like Dragapult wants to use either Cape or Stamp.
Yeah, I feel like, the rotation of Iono pretty much made Unfair Stamp such a, vital card here. And we'll see if that changes, though, with stuff like that red card that
So,
came out.
I think Red Card is going to change the format in a major way. And I
Yeah.
will say, I am grateful for those who are playing at NAIC
Yeah.
that Red Card comes out before NAIC
Yeah.
because this format is not as bad as I originally thought, but it's still not great.
Yeah,
boss.
it's still not great. I'm just glad I pulled enough red cards that I'm chilling.
Did you open a box?
We opened 2.
Ooh.
So we came in 15 minutes before we started, and I got the boxes, and the whole team, all of us, we were just opening up all the packs and stuff like
That's
that. So
awesome.
Yeah, we definitely had a lot of fun doing that.
Mike Morton, I talk about this all the time in therapy. It is a dialectic.
Yes.
It can be both wonderful and stupid that I need to do laundry every day.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we're going to be playing that Team Rocket's Giovanni, a.k.a. Team Rocket's Guzma, and we're going to be putting up that Ogerpon EX, and hopefully this Spidops EX is going to be swinging here. I mean, we still have the ability. We have the attachment for turn that we can still use. And then Brave Bangle is also attached. So once we're able to get those energies attached to the active, we will be taking a clean knockout here.
And that's a big deal because now Bonapal goes up 2 prizes to none. And regardless of the lead, whatever, it's 2 prizes. So Bonapal just needs to attack twice more to win this game, where Jason has to take 6 prizes from here.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, with how this board's looking right now with all these 1 prizers, it's going to be really difficult for Jason to even get started with this just because, I mean, we have threats in the active, and then we have this really big kind of bomb on the bench here with the Mewtwo EX.
So this is a good question because Mike said something good. Discarding energy, getting Spidops online to KO Meowth. I wonder if it would have been better just to KO Meowth rather than reaching for the Teal Mask Ogerpon.
it's
What do you
tough.
think?
Yeah, I mean, if you have the means to do it, I like kind of overextending in a way because I feel like that Meowth is going to be a liability no matter what point of the game we're at. It could always be a good way to kind of close out a game.
True.
Yeah.
And that is a fair point. My thing always is, protect Gus, protect resources,
Yeah.
decrease the amount of work you need to do next time. But Bonapal plays 4 Guzma.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have outs to Gus for the rest of the game.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be, especially when you had Secret Box. I feel like if you don't have Secret Box that turn, maybe the Gust Meowth or the knockout on the Meowth is probably the good play to have. But if not, there's definitely other ways you can go about it.
And I mean, right now though, regardless, Banapal's in a great spot.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you pretty much have the rest of your game plan kind of mapped out on the board here.
And that's the nice thing it's a nice thing for Banapal is a bad thing for Jason. Jason laid out the prize map for his opponent by playing that Serrano.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of low HP 2 prizers on the board.
Yeah, definitely. Captain Capybara kind of explaining it in a good way too. Big issue with Bolt and Slop is the main deck that can afford to use Meowth attack on a Mimikyu for KO and save. But at the same time, that Meowth also, and all those basic EXs as well, it seems like a way to just lose you a game faster.
100%.
Yeah.
And so do see the 2 energy come down on Raging Bolt, knockout on the Spidops. Jason takes his first prize, and now Banapal's going to have an opportunity to respond.
Yeah.
And there's a couple different ways he could go about this.
Yeah, you can definitely make an interesting way if you're able to go like Rocket Energy and like a bunch of Spidops attaches to copy like the Raging Bolt attack, or you can even just pivot out to the Mewtwo.
I mean, unless you're gusting, knocking out Bolt with Mewtwo seems fine.
Yeah, I would think so too.
For Pokeball, Honchkrow is real outside the U.S.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably real. I'm hesitant to think it's going to do as well as Zapdos TCG did with it.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, part of me wants to say it's much more real in best of one format, where there's more unpredictability.
That I could see, and also you're probably setting it more consistently than most other decks, but you're also bricking more often than most other decks. So if they get to unfair stamp you 2 out of 3 games, I don't know if you win both of those games.
Yeah, definitely. So it's definitely one of those things where it's like best of one versus best of 3, kind of see the benefits and trade and drawbacks between both. So we're going to be playing the Team Rocket's Ariana here. We definitely have some energies and stuff like that to work with. The Clefairy's coming down here as well. Are we just going to be attaching to the Mewtwo here?
Why do you think Clefairy needs to come down?
Maybe follow-up attack?
So
I don't know.
I think the question
maybe we could just attack without, or take the knockout without discarding energy.
and I think that makes sense. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I think that you could have done it better, though, for sure.
There's probably a more efficient way to go about that.
That's probably a better way to say it.
If
yeah.
Banapal even just gets another Spidops down, you have the knockout easily with the attachment.
Yeah, definitely. And Captain Capybara is saying, I feel like Japan is the high watermark for the deck since the format hard favors it.
And Mike, you apparently are on exactly the same page as Banapal here for taking that knockout.
Definitely.
But yes, it was a little weird.
Yeah, sequence was definitely interesting. Yeah.
All right, so then how does Jason respond, Ryan?
Yeah, so we're going to start with, what do we play, Lily?
Pheasantipity, I believe.
We have a lot of cards in hand, though. I think we drew more than 3 cards.
Wait, did...
Lily,
you're right.
Lily.
Jason did play a Lily.
Yeah, and we didn't mark the Fez usage, too, so we still have Fez available, though.
So this is another one where I don't know how playing Lilies there was the right choice.
Yeah, because there's no, I mean, we were going to need something like Crispin or anything like that in order to even attack. But it's one of those sequencing things where you don't want to do, it's what you always tell me, Dan. You don't want to commit to a play you can't really go back on without seeing all the cards first.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think part of the issue may be for Jason that he didn't think he could get what he needed off of Pheasantipity.
But you never know.
Okay. Well, yes. If you need 4 cards and you're seeing 3, you can be very confident you're not going to get the ones you need. But in general, it may have allowed for a Crispin or something else to try to set up a different game plan here.
Yeah, so we're going to go with the Noctowl here. Jewel Seeker is going to grab us those 2 trainer cards. And it looks like we're going to go with Crispin and Night Stretcher. But the only thing is we can't play the Crispin now because we played Lily already. Oh, that's tough. So we're going to grab off of the Night Stretcher the Raging Bolt. And then are we just going to pass it on over? we're gonna have to retreat into this Noctowl. Oh, I guess. Did we play
Hold on a
two? Wait.
Jason, did you already play Lily? Did you already play Lilies? So don't Crispin. No, do not Crispin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put
We're
that back
not
in
going to
the hand.
Crispin.
All right, cool. Good thing we caught that.
Listen, if we have...
Oh, wait, the Crispin goes back in your hand. Okay.
Jason, the Crispin goes back in your hand.
There we
Excellent.
go. There
Good,
we
I
go.
got your back.
Cool.
All right, good. So, things fixed. That's one of the
Yeah.
benefits of having stream. We can typically catch major things.
Yep. And then we can, and since we have this recorded in a way, we can also backtrack and fix board states as well.
Yes, completely.
Yep. So it looks like we're just going to be passing it. Oh, are we passing it over? You got to retreat. You got to retreat into Noctowl. Did we fez already too? I don't think we fez.
We had not fest.
Yeah, I don't think we had fez.
So this is good, though, because it does allow Jason to attach an energy to Raging Bolt and just hope that Bonapal does not have Giovanni's.
Yeah. Well, we're still going to have to retreat into Noctowl anyway.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Just scoop it up.
okay. Jason just
Yeah.
saying, you got it, man. I got no way to respond.
Yeah.
So
Tough start.
Team Rockets takes the win
Yeah,
here.
definitely. It's definitely cool. I mean, that was a crazy start anyway, so he was able to get some stuff done too.
You guys up for playing another one? Awesome. So they're going to play another one. Because we only have one setup, you guys are going to get to see a lot of best of threes,
Yeah,
which is
definitely.
great.
Yeah, as much as we can until time gets called or next round.
Correct.
Yep.
So for Brian, as we were talking about, while they're setting up, there was another topic that someone brought up. Nikita was talking about my deep, passionate love for Corviknight VMAX.
Yeah, Corviknight VMAX.
What a beautiful card. I'm
Were you
sure.
playing it with Arceus?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So I got my first Worlds invite with Arceus V-Star Corviknight VMAX, and it was technically Rogue. Not really. It was just a different iteration of Arceus plus
It reminds me of
Big
the
VMAX.
Reno Top 16.
No, that was the
Yeah.
same 60.
Yeah.
So Reno, myself, and Kevin are the three people that played that 60.
Dr. Kevin?
Dr. Kevin.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
Reno got 16th, Dr. Kevin got 17th, and I got top 128. So that deck went 25, 6, and 7 over the weekend of a regional.
Oh, wow.
So which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
So I was pretty happy. But yeah, so that was one of the cards where I showed it to Mo the night before, and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, Kevin and I had driven down from Chicago, and the whole drive we talked about, because we had played Arceus Lucario V-Star to
Yeah.
EUIC, talked about what to do, and I woke up with the genius idea of, why don't we just play Corviknight VMAX? It has
Yeah.
high HP, ability prevents shenanigans from Rapid Strike, and you're doing a high baseline 240 damage you can work around.
Yeah, definitely. And also has good matchup into something like UVMAX.
It did.
Yeah.
Well, so you played Crobat VMAX.
Yeah.
You played Hoopa EX.
Oh,
Excuse me,
Hoopa
V.
VMAX or V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the deck had good matchups, and then Corviknight lets you beat all the shenanigans.
Yeah.
So 240 base damage, free retreat. You could just clear stuff. And Mike,
Yeah,
yes, you
listen to
did
Dr.
lose to
Kevin.
Dr. Kevin in the winning end. I'm
Oh,
so
man.
sorry. But yeah, the deck was so good. And Jose, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
But so it was technically a rogue deck, but really it was a deck with a lot of power that met the criteria of what we wanted for the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And it's cool, too, because I feel like Rapid Strike probably would have gave Arceus a lot of problems.
It did.
Yeah.
It was a big issue if you didn't have a good enough follow-up for
Yeah,
it.
definitely. I remember the first ever time I played against Josh Frank, I was playing Arc Dura.
Yes.
And that was fresh off the weekend that Rapid Strike won NAIC like a couple years ago. And it's pretty much just like Urshifu. You're just taking all the Arceus off the board.
And Mike, yes, so Corviknight V, 190 HP, one attack for one metal, does 30, and your opponent can't retreat. And then metal, colorless, 190, can't attack.
Yeah.
The VMAX, like I said, 320 HP, ability prevented the effects of abilities.
Yeah.
And 240, this Pokemon can't attack next turn, but you would free retreat.
Yeah.
So you would go in with the Choice Belt, do 270, with the Zigzagoon, do 280, one shot
Oh,
every
yeah, the
V-Star.
Galarian Zigzagoon. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then it was nearly impossible to get one shot back, and no one was playing fire decks.
Yeah.
So, Nikita, to your point,
Yeah.
Hydrapple, I think actually falls in a similar category to that.
Yeah, definitely.
But let's get to this game and then see what's going on. So what was Banipal's turn here, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have the start that we had last time, but we were able to still get the Mewtwo kind of going here, and we have 2 Tarantulas, so we still were able to do that, as well as play Lilies, so we have a good, decent hand here going into the next turn. And on Jason's side, looks like we didn't really get too much either. We just kind of like more or less like last time, just get the 2 Ogerpons here, but at least we have a little bit of draw power now.
And that is good, but that's also bad because
Yeah.
this is such a strong board for Banipal
Yeah,
here.
I know he's got a lot of stuff going here, and he's pretty much ready to go. It looks like Jason's going to be forced to play the Lilies here.
And that's not bad, but it's definitely not what you want.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there was many good fire Pokemon, period, from that, like, era, besides, I know another one that you liked a lot, Centiskorch.
I did love that, but it was not good. But I
wasn't,
did
yeah.
love that.
Centiskorch VMAX.
Deep Pockets Dan.
No fire.
You know what? Sure, dog. That's fine. Mike, I will say Kevin did hit a Charizard V-Star in day 2 of Secaucus,
crazy.
which was Kevin even was like,
Yeah.
"This is crazy."
My
You know what?
first
You got
ever
it.
regional, I played against a Charizard V-Star as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was James Arnold playing that, by the way. So shout out James
Yeah.
Arnold. Grimace is also the homie.
Grimace, yeah.
Yes.
I always get reminded of the Grimace playmat that he has.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So Jason here, though, getting 8 fresh cards, kind of from what you were saying, Brian, obviously there's a
none of
lot
them
we
are-
would like.
Yeah, none of them were grass energies, though.
That is a big thing
Yeah.
that we would have liked. Oh,
I
God.
know.
So if this was Jason's first turn, going and getting Fan Rotom is actually really good
Yeah,
here.
but I think he went first, though.
So then this is really bad here.
I know. Because I know he had the Lilies last time, so unfortunately he wasn't able to play it until this turn.
Mike, feel free to bug me. We'll see what we can do. I can make no promises, but I will try my best.
Yeah, Pokemon Jersey Collection is pretty cool, though. I know they've made some really cool ones in the past. Like when they had the Anaheim baseball jerseys, I was definitely a big fan of
Yeah.
those. Those looked really nice. And then the Yokohama, they did like I think a soccer jersey looking one too, and that looks pretty cool too. So yeah, they definitely have some cool apparel.
My only ones I have is I got a T-shirt from Worlds in London, and then I
Yeah.
got the jersey from Hawaii.
Oh, the jersey from Hawaii. What kind of jersey was it?
It looked kind of like just a standard jersey, like
Okay.
kind of the ones we have.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Definitely.
And yes, Mike, definitely. No, he did not top the event with Zard. He was at like 2-3 record in day 2, which is not great.
All damn day. I don't know if we're gonna have an unofficial stream for Melbourne.
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
I know at least for the LATAM events, the community's been putting out those streams, which is
Yes.
awesome. But I don't know if we've had it with any of the Australia events yet.
So no, Azul
Yeah.
was over there commentating a League Cup, like an 8K event, and then a
Yeah.
couple other
And
things.
I think he's competing.
yes,
Yeah, which
I
is
think
cool.
so.
Which is cool. Yeah, and then Yoan playing a little slow. Actions are too slow. I mean, this is their second game, so they're probably not taking it as serious, just because the real game is all finished now. But that's why we're probably not really paying attention to the game as much as the chat, because we're getting a lot of good chats in here. So we want to make sure that everybody is
It's 20,000 years.
replies and stuff like that.
Oh, that actually is
Yeah.
the handbook. As long as it's under 30,000 years, they are
Yeah,
okay on pace of play.
definitely. Yeah,
And
take the red eye.
listen,
Pack the equipment. That's crazy.
if they would fly us over, Brian, I would do that in a
I don't know.
heartbeat.
I don't know if I got the PTO for that.
Well, okay, that's fair. I may need to find a new job for that, but that'd
Yeah.
be pretty sick.
Yeah, it would be cool if I had all the PTO in the world and I was able to get it approved. It's hard to get time off when you work in a hospital because you need to have coverage for all 24 hours of the day and stuff like that.
Yes.
But that's cool, though. I'm reading Mike's message here saying collection of jerseys from teams of players in the community, even defunct teams. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool,
Yeah.
honestly.
Probably have like old DDG, like
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
DDG is always the go-to for those
yeah,
like
for,
old
like, the
classic
old
teams.
classic ones. Yeah,
Shuffle Squad, Rest in Peace
Rest in
is another
Peace,
one of those.
Yeah. I wonder if we got any of those. If you got any of those ones, it'll be cool though to say. see any of those. And then collect TCG. Any Honchkrow in the room? I don't know if we have any Honchkrow.
I don't know if we do either. I
Yeah.
think we had a request for rockets.
Yeah,
so I
we
think
had a request
pulled the
for
one rockets we
Yeah, we
had.
probably pulled the only one, but yeah, it's been good though. But
I will say, Mike, if you ever find it, my wife and I went to OCIC on our honeymoon because she loves me. And there was a team out there, the Brisbane Buzzwolves. So if you or anyone else ever finds a
Wow.
Brisbane Buzzwole jersey, I will happily take it off your hands.
yeah, that's a cool one.
Right. Isn't that just
Yeah.
sick? That's so cool.
Definitely.
All right, so then Jason, getting the Raging Bolt in the active, has a Lightning Energy attached, and has the Crispin. There's a chance for Jason to reach a knockout
Yeah,
here.
definitely. And I don't know if that lightning energy was the attachment for turn, but if not, we should be able to get the knockout here, along with a manual attachment as well.
I think that may have been a manual attachment last turn.
Yeah.
Jason will also be able to Teal Dance, which is good, and then
Yep.
just one more energy needed to close this out.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jason reaches this knockout, that's a huge deal.
Definitely is. So we're gonna get a Hoot here. And even if we discarded any energies, we can always Night Stretcher it back here.
Actually, Night Stretching back the Ogre Pawn.
Yeah. Unless we have another energy to work with here, but it's not looking like it. Are we going to play the stamp? I would have liked to see that Hoot come down.
I would have very much liked to see
we
that
don't wanna
Hoot
see
come
us,
down.
We don't want to see us draw back into that card here.
Not at all.
Yeah, definitely.
That being said, though, Jason's not in a bad spot. Seeing 5 fresh cards
Yeah.
and likely being able to wipe the primary attacker for Bonapal from the board, that's great.
Yeah, definitely is.
So what does he want to see? Is it purely just grass energy
We just
or
want
is
to
it
see
anything else?
any energy. I think would be great. I mean, grass energy would be the most optimal, I would think, just because we could still attach that and get manual attachment for next turn as well, or for like the setup for the next turn. But any energy, period, so we can just take the knockout flat out.
Which I don't mind.
Yeah,
That would
and we
be
did.
very nice.
We did get it.
Fantastic.
Yep. All right, we're drawing another card. The Badoo face coins are hilarious.
Those are glorious.
One of our locals, Alfredo, made a bunch of those and was handing them out to everybody.
Listen,
Yeah, I think
I'm here for it.
I
Those
think
things are sick.
Yeah, I think he 3D printed them a long time ago. I don't remember when. I think it was sometime last season, but I remember he was giving them out to everybody.
Which, love people in the community doing cool stuff like that. That's always
definitely.
awesome.
It's always fun, too. Yep. Okay, the helmet is going to cause a draw 2 here. Mimikyu is going to be...
That draw 2 is
promoted.
not inconsequential, too. Like,
Yeah.
getting disrupted down to 2 cards and then being able to see 2 additional,
Yeah.
that almost undoes the unfair stamp.
Yeah, in a way it does. And then we have the Rocket Stadium as well, too. So let's see if that will do anything for us.
So what does Bonapal really need here?
I don't know. I mean, it would be great if we can get like a Rocket Energy plus some attachments, but
Yeah,
that might be able to get us the knockout. Otherwise, if we have like a Giovanni, I don't know if that would get it's like a meaningful knockout in any way.
So that, I think, is the question. There's not much wrong with Bonapal kind of taking a turn off.
Yeah.
And just playing that Lily's trying to set up his board a little bit better.
Yeah.
That seems fine because Jason evened up the prize trade, but Jason has 4 2-prizers on his board, and
Yeah.
Bonapal has none. So it's going to be
Definitely.
very easy for him to get back ahead.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Let's see. So that Lily's going to come out here. Going to draw 6. See what we can grab.
Is there anything he's looking for in particular?
I think, I mean, he can start setting up maybe more of the tarantulas, or maybe even get another Mewtwo kind of going. Is what I would kind of think of. We do have Pokepads, some transceivers as well.
And we had the Pokepad.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly it. Getting a couple more tarantulas down, getting set up for more Spide Ops, because Bonapal probably wants to take his next 2 prizes with a Spide Ops
Yeah.
rather than a Mewtwo.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we're going to need more of those bench Pokemon in order for that Rocket Rush damage to go up anyways. So the more that we're able to get, the better we can go.
And Do you think it's good for Banapal to even hit this Raging Bolt?
I don't think so. I think he wants to just force the gust out of it, out of Jason here.
I would agree. I would
Yeah.
agree completely. The one downside is Banapal did attach from hand already this turn.
Yeah.
And it probably would have been better to manually attach to a different Pokemon.
Yeah, just so we have another attacker kind of going here. But they can always just not listen to us.
Right.
and- yeah, or.
And they just never listen to us,
Yeah.
Brian. Why don't
Yeah,
they listen
I
to
don't
us?
know. Sometimes we have good insight.
Usually we do, actually.
Yeah.
Our insight's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's not. But so on Jason's end, it looks like that is another Crispin, I believe.
So we played Noctowl.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
So we're looking for
Pokepad
yeah,
for Noctowl.
And now we're gonna grab. It looks like Crispin.
And I mean, Crispin's a great grab here,
Crispin is, yeah. Crispin play has gone through the roof ever since rotation here.
which I'm a little surprised that that card got so popular. Which, I mean, it makes sense to a degree because previously Energy Acceleration was Gardevoir or you didn't need it, but now there's so many decks that can take advantage.
Definitely. So we're gonna grab what looks like maybe Crispin and Area 0 here. And then let's see, we're gonna play. We're gonna get Retrieval here. Maybe we'll go with Grass and something else. Maybe we pull. I thought we would have maybe played the Crispin first, see what we can grab, but Retrieval's probably okay as well.
And I don't mind that at all. Mike, I'm curious why you think swinging
Yeah.
isn't bad, because to be honest, I don't see any benefit whatsoever from swinging here.
Yeah.
I guess that's a lie. The only benefit I could see from swinging here is that Jason uses a bunch of resources to take a knockout.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get the attach here. Another Teal Dance, draw another card, another Crispin. Let's
And
see.
Jason actually hasn't used that Crispin yet. Oh, so we see a
Ooh,
boss's order.
boss, okay.
Is there a fan
Oh,
rotom?
Fan Rotom.
This is a fantastic play,
Yeah,
Brian.
Definitely, I like this. We just force the pressure here. Do we have Latias? Do we have Latias? Oh no! Oh, are we forced to play the Iron Leaves and retreat?
Oh, that's so
we
bad.
might be forced to play the Iron Leaves and retreat.
You can see Jason
my
going,
goodness. Yo,
what have I,
I mean,
done?
you have a play out. You can still you have an out. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it, man.
This does feel bad. Now, granted, you still have a lot of leeway,
Yeah.
but that feels so bad to
Yeah.
do that.
Definitely.
And Jason
know.
has to move the energy to retreat this out of the
I
active.
know this is rough. Yo, is the Raging Bolt list playing energy retrieval? One. Okay, I pulled 2 full arts, so I'm
Speedwing Mimikyu for my emotional
Yeah.
well-being. Capybara, that honestly, not a horrible choice, though I've heard of better
Yeah.
ones. And yes, Mike,
Wonderful.
I agree. That is not the move. But so, is Jason just stopping?
come on. Did he pass?
Did he pass?
No, come on.
Why? Why?
What's going on?
I have so many
I have
questions.
so many questions.
You all can't see us here in the little room, but all of us are having major stress reactions.
Yeah, all of us have our hands in our heads in a way.
Yes, I have sunk in my chair. Brian
Yeah.
is actually standing
I
at
stood
this
up.
point because of stress.
Yeah.
Moshi and Eli both covered their faces.
Yeah.
In case you were curious, Jason, in watching this, we kindly disagree with this decision
Yeah.
of your gameplay. But I mean, on Bonapal's end, though, that saves him so much time and
Too
space.
young to have a stroke like this. Oh boy.
But on Bonapal's end, we do get the manual attachment down. We have 2 Spite Ops built up, able to
Yeah.
hit for 120, goes down to 2 prizes remaining, and unfortunately, Jason now has to find out a way to take 4 prizes before Bonapal takes 2.
Oh boy.
That's not great.
This is not where we want to see it.
No, this is unfortunately not like this, Brian.
Not like this.
Not like this.
I know, not like this.
We do get to see pairings in a minute or 2 here, so that will be good because we'll get our next round. But
Yeah.
I just also want to say, appreciate Jason and Bonapal playing a best of 3 here for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, Capybara,
Oh, very funny, yes.
for the competitive side, not great. For the content side, glorious.
Definitely.
Pure glory. But now, Brian, Jason is debating how to take this knockout.
I think they're pointing out. I think Matt's out there trying to point out to them what they could have done.
Yes, Mike, Baby Bolt is much worse with the rotation of Sada, but it's still good.
It's still good. You can still crisp into it.
Yeah.
And there's still stuff like E-Switch. If we didn't have like E-Switch and Crispin, yeah, Baby Bolt, definitely not good. Good in GLC though.
Oh, excellent
Right?
in GLC,
Yeah.
yes. So, for Jason, it looks like Jason's deciding to take the knockout with this Teal Mask Ogerpon. Brian, is that the right call?
I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like there's probably easier way to. That's probably the easiest way to do it, but there might have been a more efficient way.
And honestly, there's probably less risky ways. Because I
Yeah.
think the issue here is that Jason is leaving a pretty squishy two-prizer in the active.
Yeah, and that has all the energies as well.
Correct.
Yeah,
So, Bonapal would need a Rocket's Energy and an E-Switch to one-shot it with Rocket's Mimikyu.
yeah. Some engaging gameplay we have here.
It is some interesting
Yeah.
gameplay for sure. Eli, can you yell at Alec to stop giving feedback and just
Yeah.
let them play?
Just let them play. Let them play. Let them play. This is what Dan says. Let them play.
I will.
Alright.
Are we not Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're all good. Let's see. Ah, that's a big thump.
right now. They're on stream, so just let them do their thing.
Still feels bad to not have a good payoff. Shoot 60, lose some attachment, hope 7.
Which I mean is yes, that is
Yeah.
an option, but this is just bad.
Yeah.
This is just bad. Now, granted, Jason was in a good position, and both from a little bit of unfortunate luck and a little bit of poor decision making, kind of put himself back into a bad one.
Yeah, it's tough. Let's see. Not much more we can do here, though. All right, we're going to Raging Bolt, attach Lightning. Do we have Lottie? Oh, we're going to manual retreat. Oh, are we just going to...
We were passing it.
No, we salt landing.
Oh. Brian,
I don't know.
I do. I do know. I have
know.
concerns. But I think Bonapal's kind of deciding that, hey, he doesn't actually have game on board right now.
Yeah.
So is it?
100 messages today.
Oh,
Chat's
nice.
been going crazy.
Yeah, I love it. And we're only in the second round.
Yeah.
But so I would say on Bonapal's end, this is a really good turn to just Ariana for a billion and then knock out that fan rotom
Yeah,
and
just
say,
set up for last turn.
yeah, I'm just going to knock out everything else you give me.
Yeah, that might be the move.
Oh, now granted, does Bonapal have out to another energy? Oh, no, we are just going for Ariana, which I think is great because this just lets him actually set up a full hand and board. Unless, Brian, there's something else you think he should be doing here.
I mean, he's in a good position right now, so I'm not too mad if we just take the knockout here and just clean up next turn.
And I agree, because
Yeah.
Jason put down a single prizer, Giovanni's just wins the game.
Yeah.
Especially since Bonapal already has 2 Spine Ops fully set up.
Yeah, I mean, we have ways around it to win the game, so I think we're all right.
I gotta imagine, Bonapal's in a very, very strong position.
Yeah.
But the other question is, there was energy in hand that could have been attached. I wonder if it would have been better to thin the hand a little more.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I can see that.
Discard Pokemon. Discard off your bench.
Oh, yeah, off of the bench for the...
Oh, but then this actually undoes that. Because now Jason could choose to get rid of all the single prize Pokemon.
Take all the single prizers out. Don't take... Oh.
or
Don't... Oh, or you can just
Or-
keep both single prizers. All right, okay.
all right, y'all.
Yo.
Listen, we try to provide quality content here at Nerd Rage Gaming, and I'm gonna be straight with y'all. This is not that right here in this moment.
Yeah.
This is not.
Firefist Chris, thanks for showing up.
He took his glasses glasses off.
Dan took his glasses
Sorry.
off.
I did the very old man thing if I had to take my glasses off and rub my face after that
Yeah.
play. But no, legitimately, I think Jason has made some good decisions here. Where I've seen the gap is kind of mapping out through the game plan. Like, I don't know if he's thought through all the different lines necessary to close out the game.
Yeah,
And Bonapal's really just punishing him for that.
definitely. I mean, yeah, definitely. Like saying my glasses are on the other side of the room right now.
Mike, I agree.
And
And I will say, like, I hope these guys do watch this game. Wait, did we? Okay, we did take a prize. Like, I hope these guys watch this game because I know we're obviously being a little dramatic about it for storytelling purposes. But legitimately, this is really good feedback to identify where you need to change your game plan and how you're approaching stuff.
yeah, now it makes sense though because we're playing the trumpet to.
Oh, I see. Keeping the trumpet in play, so the owl in play to use the trumpet.
Yeah, but
That's fair.
It's fair, but I don't think it's the right place still.
So I
Yeah.
would agree. It's probably not worth the cost and like the risk of setting up for the game losing play.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. We got a Monster Energy drink here now.
Brian's wife being wonderfully kind and supportive while he's
Yes.
here yapping.
Definitely.
At no point offered to get me anything though. I just want to note that for those watching. Just want to say.
I forgot about you.
And then her feedback, in case you didn't hear, was I forgot about you, which is unfortunately not helping anything either. You're fine. I'm just giving you crap. You're fine. And so, is there any way for Jason to get this game back, Brian?
No. I'm just being frank with y'all here. This game has been doomed from the start here.
Yes, this has been a little cooked. So Bonapal takes the second one. Rockets able to clear this out and get into our next game here. And so we're going to set up for actually Eli to get up here.
Oh, perfect. So we get to watch Raging Bolt again.
We do.
Yeah.
Is Eli? Yeah, Eli's playing Raging Bolt.
If he wasn't, I'd be a little concerned.
I would agree. But no,
Yeah.
Brian, so then tell us about the comments, number one's going on here.
Yeah,
and we can talk
definitely.
about some more stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. I'll start from some of the ones that are coming in from the bottom here. Team Rocket Duck last year, so much fun. Definitely not good. It's definitely a lot better, though. And then Mike saying, playing on stream is way harder than playing regularly. Played my best and worst games in stream set against Azul. So I know the feelings of making questionable decisions. And it's crazy, too. Compared to playing on our stream, playing on the Pokemon stream is crazy.
So I will say,
Yeah.
playing on Pokemon stream with like the white noise headphones and all the
That's what's
pressure,
the
it
whole-
messes with you.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to mention is like the white noise in the headphones. And then I remember one in particular was Olive was mentioning to me that she was saying that the table is very slippery. So when you're playing some of your cards, sometimes they slide around and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And that might be something that people hyper focus on while they're on the stream as well. So something to kind of think about too.
Well, I will say, when I played on stream, the big thing, y'all, please never watch my game in Milwaukee against Connor Fitton.
No, if
But-
you watch one of them, you got to watch the one against Nick Robinson.
Wait, which one?
Against that was the one you got into top 8, right? At
Oh, that wasn't, no, that was Keaton Gill.
Keaton Gill. Oh, was it
Yes.
Keaton Gill?
Nick
Okay.
Robinson also just got top 8. Because I knocked Keaton out of top 8, and
okay.
Nick got top 8 the same regional.
Oh, was that why you guys played that match during one of the charity streams? Was because you guys both made top 8, or
Yeah.
did you guys play each other at all during that?
No,
event?
we didn't play each other at all. We just both made
I don't
top
know.
8.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I thought you guys purposely put that match together because you guys played each other.
No.
Yeah.
We wanted to play post rotation
Yeah.
for that one. But so getting onto the stream though,
Yeah.
my thing was in that round, the board is so much bigger and wider. I couldn't tell where my V-Star marker was,
Yeah.
and so I didn't pay enough attention to it.
Yeah.
And I whiffed using my V-Star, which is very bad and was
Yeah,
round losing for
especially
me.
when you're playing Arceus V-Star and you're
Correct.
when you miss your V-Star, you're missing out on 2 free cards that you can only use once in a game.
Correct, which was
Yeah.
very problematic and cost me the game. So I will say, for those who are like, oh, misplayed on stream, how could they do that? It is legitimately a more stressful experience.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Chris, I'm telling you, Hydrapple
Hydrapple.
may be my play for Indy.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we have a couple more stream questions.
Yes.
So I got a second to use the bathroom real quick.
Absolutely. I will answer these real quick. So for those, let me transition over to our game here. Worst part about it, you don't get your mad. Your prizes in deck are on the different side. A lot of scrutiny. Yeah, it's crazy. Brian, Team Rockets has been fun, but it's just not top tier. Yeah, and Mike, you're absolutely right. You can make some questionable decisions that honestly seem fine in the moment because there's just so much going on. And so while we're taking a little break here while Brian goes, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe on YouTube. We would love to have you come hang out and watch in the future. If you're on Twitch, please follow. If you would like to subscribe, Norm would love you. That'd be wonderful. Thank you, but don't worry about it. And we are going to be here. We've actually talked to Norm about a couple different things we can do to make sure we don't miss weeks. But we should be here from now until August every single week. And it will be some combination of me, Brian, Moshi, but we will be here. And we've got a couple really big events coming up. We have our League Invitational, our Spring League Invitational will be on June 28th, and it will be right here in the store, on Twitch, on YouTube. And then our big one we mentioned a little earlier is we are doing our charity tournament July 12th, and that will be on site. We will be here. Anyone can come play, and all of the buy-in, everything goes directly to the Ronald McDonald House charity. So we would love to have everyone out we can, and we're going to try to talk to a bunch of different stores, other people. So if y'all have ideas, have recommendations, ways we could try to get people involved and get some money for people, please let us know. We would love to make it a good one. And we are going to get into our game with Michael playing Hydrapple versus Eli playing Raging Bolts. And Michael going first has a really good start here with double Teal Mask Ogerpon and an out to get either an Apple, a Celebi, a Chikorita, kind of whatever he's looking for. And Brian,
Oh, yeah.
going first with Hydrapple, being able to start to set up a board, that's a great thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like if you're able to go first with Hydrapple and you're able to get stuff like, like with a Pokepad that we're playing and bug catching set, you're in business.
100%. And then for the chat, Mike, yes, it is a small prayer. It's a big prayer not to brick.
Yeah.
Eli is so cute. His hair is fantastic. And then the white teal masks are very pretty.
I like those. I played those ones in Toronto when I played Regidrago.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Listen, Mike, I'll tell you, I think Apple is real. I think it is absolutely a relatively high-tier deck and a very real deck to play.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like all the grass support we've gotten in the last 6 months has been so good. The forest and all those other grass support cards and stuff like that. Just so good.
So I'm already going to give some constructive feedback here, Brian, right off the bat.
Yep.
Why did Michael bench Chikorita?
Probably hoping to get into Meganium here is what I'm thinking.
Good seeing you, boss.
Yeah. Later.
So, yes.
Yeah.
And part of the nice part of this deck is you can use that Force Vitality to evolve up straight into your guy without benching it turn one.
I know. It's the nice thing, too, is just being able to go straight into a stage 2. I mean, it makes these grass decks super good, and it makes stuff like the Venusaur much more playable in a way. And just increases the amount of plays that you can kind of make. But on Eli's side here, we're starting to get going here though. We have 2 energies on this baby bolt here, and then we have the attachment on this Ogerpon as well. Hopefully we're going to see if we can maybe draw into something else here.
Well, I think what Eli really wants is an energy switch.
Yeah.
Because if Eli's able to find an energy switch, this Chikorita goes down, and that changes the game so much.
Definitely.
Because this Hydrapple deck plays 1 Night Stretcher and 1 Lana's Recovery, and that's it.
Lana's Aid, yeah.
Lana's Aid, thank you.
Yeah, but I don't know if we have any other draw that we can use here, because I think we played the Crispin already.
They're probably fine, but this is one thing with, if you are playing Hydrapple, think very carefully whether or not you want to bench those single prizers in advance, because you don't always have to.
Definitely.
Chromion, thanks for joining. Awesome to have you here.
Definitely.
All right, so then, Brian, talk us through the rest of Eli's turn. What else is he trying to pull off?
I mean, we got the Fan Rotom. It's literally the thing that Eli always says whenever he plays his deck. He'll mention if he was able to get Fan Rotom or if he didn't get Fan Rotom. So
that is fair. We consistently hear what happened there.
So we do have Fan Rotom, and we were able to get 3 Hoot Hoots down here. So we're kind of chilling here going into this turn. So I'm wondering if we're going to be putting any sort of damage anywhere. If we're going to be putting it on the Chikorita, if we're going to be putting it on the active. I kind of like the idea of putting it on the active because I feel like if we're not able to get it on the Chikorita, we might as well just put it on the active.
And I don't disagree. Get that damage somewhere. Maybe it would be better to bank it on the Chikorita to clean up a knockout later, but this is probably still fine.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we're going to get that attachment. We're going to play the Lilies here.
Wait, did we just attach and not Teal Dance?
Oh.
Interesting.
Could be. That is kind of interesting. I mean, we always could Teal Dance again later.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I like seeing more into the deck first. Because I feel like if you Teal Dance, you could potentially find a card that could change your mind.
I would agree completely.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a different supporter you want to play. Maybe you hit a bug catching set and you
Yeah.
can set up more effectively.
Definitely.
Fire Fist, including the Noctowl line of Hydrapple. I think that's a really cool inclusion. I don't know what you take out for it.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of these lists are already pretty tight. Don't know if we
Yes,
want to start
very.
taking stuff out. Yeah.
And so, I mean, Michael's hand's pretty good here.
Yeah, definitely is. So let's see. We're going to do the Teal Dance here now. Draw extra card here. Okay, Forest is down. Do we have the Meganium?
I hope so after these draws.
we have Pokepad, so hopefully the Pokepad can lead into Meganium here. Yeah. Happy Chaos Rising Day if anyone got some at the Play Store. Yeah, I opened 2 boxes. I was able to get the Chinchino EX SIR
Ooh.
that my wife really wants to get. I'm holding my ground here. I want to hold on to that one. And then we got a bunch of other random stuff. I want to play the Mega Greninja.
Oh, that thing seems so cool.
Yeah, it's a cool deck. I got 2 Frogadier IRs too, so I mean these boxes were crazy. I got a lot of cool stuff out of them.
That's awesome.
plus Red Card came out too.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got enough red cards to go. So excited about the full art jumbo ice cream. I'm gonna need to get one of those too. I was telling Eli I got 2 of the energy retrieval full arts, so go slot those into my Raging Volt deck. So
Nice.
yeah, I got a lot of drippy cards here. So yeah, full art special red card.
That's
Money card, like
pretty nice.
Yeah, it's definitely a money card compared to it's probably like the full art Pokepad.
Well, so kind of on the game here.
Yeah.
Michael just took a knockout.
Yeah,
which
Michael
normally
took-
you would think is good.
Yeah,
I don't know if it is.
I don't know too, just because we still have a 2-prizer in the active here.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think Eli would be fine with this too because he wants to keep the prize even.
I would agree. And I will say, if Eli's able to Teal Dance attach and then Crispin on energy onto Raging Bolt in the back,
Yeah.
Eli is chilling.
Yeah,
because it's going to
definitely.
be very easy to go 2-2-2 here.
Definitely.
Oh, Chromagon getting a full art red
All
card,
3
full art 2.
Greninja arts is pretty crazy.
Holy.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not going to pull anything now.
Yeah, I heard 2 gold cards got pulled today.
Yes, Bonapal
store.
actually
Yeah.
pulled 1 gold Greninja from a booster bundle
Yeah.
and another gold Greninja from his ETB.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
That is crazy. But we're going to be bumping the forest with the Area 0 here. Do we play Serrano to get all those EXs?
Yes,
Sounds about
Eli
right.
did. And then Eli also played the unfair stamp.
Yeah, the unfair stamp. We can draw more cards too. We still have Fez ready too. It's crazy.
I mean, Eli's got to feel like in a good spot. And also, Eli bounced the Forest of Vitality, so it's going to make it even harder for Michael to try to set up that Hydrapple to
Yeah,
follow up.
Definitely will be.
Tyrantrum neutralization.
Nooch zone.
Fire Fist, please send someone
Yeah.
that list to get to me. I would love to make a Tyrantrum deck work.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Speaking of Tyrantrum, so it's cool that Chicago is actually the first city to get that new fossil museum.
Yeah, you're right.
And Tyrantrum is actually one of the Pokemon that's featured in it.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's super cool that one of the Dino Pokemon. It's cool that they made a deck out of that.
I'm excited. And my Tyrantrum is a 180 HP Stage 2 fighting type. Has an ability that if this Pokemon has a special energy attached to it, it has 180 additional health. And, excuse me, 150 additional health. And the attack for a fighting energy colorless does 160. And then I think it's flip a coin until you get tails, discard that many cards off the top of your opponent's deck.
Definitely. Politics 1, when Eli drop in the list, we can ask him, but I'm thinking probably after Indy.
Yes, I think it's a good assumption.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So we're going to Belling Thunder, take this knockout here, and this Ogerpon is going down.
And I mean, that's a big knockout for Eli.
Yeah.
Because Eli is now able to get on that 2-2-2 prize trade. And Michael doesn't have a great way to try to even out the prize trade coming back.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is the Meganium's in place, so that'll require, fewer energies and all of that for the attacks, but it's definitely going to require a lot more out of Michael to get our knockout here.
Max Rod and Hydrapple isn't bad. I know I've been playing it with Unfair Stamp, and I think that's really, really strong to give you some disruption.
Yeah, definitely. Chestnut.
Ooh. I don't know if I know Chestnut.
I know. I'm kind of just finding out what all these things from the set are now after opening all these packs. But,
Chestnut. Okay, so it is a Stage 2 single prize Pokemon,
single prize,
180 HP. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and damaged by an attack, place 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon for each grass attached to this Pokemon. And the one attack is 2 grass and a colorless, impound, 160, they can't retreat. That is interesting.
That is interesting, yeah.
And then for else in the chat, Unfair Stamp 1 of red card, that does seem really good in Hydrapple.
Definitely. So let's see. We're going to grab an Ogerpon and maybe, what is that, an Applin?
It looks
because we don't
like
have any of our Apple pieces yet.
And that's tough because I think that's going to be Michael's way to get back into this game is to go in with a higher HP attacker.
Definitely, yeah.
You're right, Crumbreon.
Yeah.
With Meganium down, that does add to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we got some teal dances coming up here now.
And so right now, Michael would be doing 180 damage to this.
Yep. Ooh, Fez. Okay, we're getting somewhere here.
We are.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael needs an attachment to the active to knock out this Raging Bolt, which is possible.
Yeah, it was one thing I was kind of thinking about after Eli's turn here. Is like, I wonder if we ever just take off all the energies off of the Raging Bolt and the active.
And just leave one on like a Teal Mask Ogerpon or something.
Yeah.
I don't mind that, but I think it's also a reasonable guess by Eli that this Raging Bolt would not go down.
Yeah, but at the same time, you never know.
True. Granted, Michael was Unfair Stamped into Lilies.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. It's kind of rough.
So then there's the Bud Catching set, the Forest of Vitality. Gotta imagine for a supporter, get a... What supporter is that? Is that a Harlequin?
Harlequin.
Brian, what does Harlequin do?
I couldn't tell you.
All right, so sorry. So Harlequin says you and your opponent both shuffle your hands into your deck. Each of you flip a coin. Or excuse me, you flip a coin. If you flip heads, you draw 5, they draw 3. If you flip tails, they draw 5, you draw 3.
Oh, that's like, I remember people were mentioning that's like the only other disruption card besides like Judge or Stamp right now.
And there's Lucian.
There's Lucian also, yeah.
But yeah, that is the main one. Oh, and Michael does see the energy. Declines to take it?
Yeah. But the forest is so good here because we can go straight into Hydrapple, though.
Chris, I actually have been considering putting 1 Festival Grounds in for Dipplin, but I feel like that fits way better if you play the Secret Box rather than the Unfair Stamp. Because kind of like we saw there, Michael could just go get it. Oh, we already had one.
That's why, yeah. So we're going to go with the attack here and knock out the Raging Bolt.
That's a pretty solid response on Michael's end.
Definitely. And then also, I mean, as long as we're able to keep the forest here, too, it's not like it's the only other way that we can do this, too.
The other thing to note is Hydrapple typically plays Briar. So
Yeah.
if Eli does go down to 2 prizes remaining,
Yeah.
it is possible for Michael to clean up the game with a Briar Teal Mask Ogerpon.
That's true. That is true. That's something we got to think about here, too.
That's crazy.
Yep, so it looks like we're going to go straight into Crispin here for Eli.
And I mean, that's really good for Eli because it's basically necessary to be able to take a knockout here.
Yeah, definitely is.
And as much as we've pushed back on Michael a bit, he's applying exactly the amount of pressure he needs
That's
to.
what I was literally just about to say, too, is that,
Yes.
I mean, this is definitely starting to get a little scary for Eli now because of that whole Briar play.
Yes, and now granted, Michael's shown a bunch of cards that aren't typically in a Hydrapolis, so it's
Yeah.
possible he took Briar out. But man, even just playing a few games, that card is game winning
Yeah.
and game swinging.
Absolutely, yeah. So let's see. We're going to go with the attachment onto the Raging Bolt here. We're going to Teal Dance. Okay. Fez. See if we can draw into that stadium here.
I mean, trying his best.
Yeah, we're definitely sequencing it right, at least.
I don't know if the stadium's necessary or just a perk at this point.
Yeah. I mean, now it's just a perk, just because we are able to get the attachment ready here for the, easy 210 for the knockout. But yeah, we definitely are able to at least knock out here clean.
So the one good thing too for Eli is we talked about that Briar play. It'll be very challenging for Michael to get enough energy down to actually pull off Briar if
Yeah.
there's no energy on this Raging Bolt.
Yep. So we're gonna play the trumpet now. We're gonna start attaching 2, and then it looks like we're gonna attack now.
Oh boy, but if Eli yoinks all the energy off
Yep,
the bench,
which is, he learned his lesson.
Yes. And also that does protect from the Briar play.
Yeah.
Because if this Teal Mask Ogerpon gets 4 energy down, that's that's still enough. But
Yeah.
still. All right, so then how does Michael respond?
I mean, we're going to see what the Teal Dance gets first, or after probably the bug catching set. Let's see. We have both the energy and the Pokemon that we can draw. Got the apple with the energy.
And that's a big deal because now we can go apple,
Yep.
apple, big ol' scary apple.
Yeah, big guy. Makes me wonder, are we going to try to attack with the Hydrapple here?
I mean, I think best case scenario for Michael is to get that Briar, but second
Yeah.
best scenario is to go in and knock out Raging Bolt with Hydrapple EX coupled with that Harlequin.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely would want us to kind of dig first to see what we can grab. I mean, we have Fez still. We have Teal Dance as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, you will get hate from me for that. I
Yeah.
think it's incredible.
Yeah, I really like the way they drew it. It's definitely something different. That's what I like about it. Ooh, looks like we're just going to straight up just retreat and not just dig for it. That tells me we probably don't have Briar, period.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of
Cypher.
curious what. So Cypher was actually
Yeah.
found in the winning list out of Campinas, and I actually like it better than Petrol. I think Cypher is a great inclusion.
Definitely. Did we attach from hand already?
No, that was with the
Okay,
Hydrapple ability.
Okay, just want to double check. All right, so we got to shuffle, and then do we flip the coin after?
We are seeing
Yeah.
the flip for Hydrapple.
flip.
And Mike, yes, Michael's apparently been around for a long time,
Yeah.
has done commentary, has played, so it's awesome to
Yeah.
have him come join.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's see the flip.
Tails.
That's good for
So
Eli.
good for Eli. Yeah, base energies are definitely clean, though. I'm a big fan of what Eli's running. Those like 2011 looking like play Pokemon ones. Those are what I run.
Those are very nice.
Yeah.
All right, so Michael still has a chance to draw a lot of cards. With 6 energy right now, Michael's not knocking out this Raging Bolt, so he needs to get one more Teal Dance.
Yeah. Looks like we're trying to clear some stuff in the hand here.
Or we could just Hydrapple again.
Yeah.
Corey from Pawn Stars. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Won't elaborate further.
No. But Brian, is there a way for Michael to get this attack?
I think so. We have all the pieces.
We have a
Yeah.
second Hydrapple.
We have a second Hydrapple line here.
Goodness.
Yeah.
And that's the knockout
Yeah.
for Michael on Eli. Going down to one prize remaining. What a response.
Yeah, it definitely is. Good thing Eli kind of got ready with his response already.
Yeah.
Looks like we have kind of a way out here, but let's see what we're able to do. All right, so we're going to draw for turn here. Let's see if Eli's able to clean up.
So Eli has an Ultra Ball, I believe, has a Crispin.
Yeah.
And has a Pokepad for
Yeah.
Noctowl.
Okay, let's see. I think we got... I mean, we have Noctowl, so at least... Okay. I think we got it. I think. Maybe. Actually, no. No, I think we got it. I think we got it.
Sorry, I think we do. I was just
No.
enjoying the up and down. It was a roller
Yeah.
coaster. But I agree. What it really means is we need 2 Grass Energy and we need a Crispin for
Yeah.
Fighting Lightning. And if we have both of those,
Retrieval, and then probably Chris. We have Crispin in hand, I think. We can either use the Ultra Ball to grab the Bolt in the deck, or we could have used the Night Stretcher. Yeah.
and I think Eli was just saying, I just need to get another card to thin out.
Yeah.
And so there's the Raging Bolts.
So let's
We
play
see
the Crispin.
Crispin. Both go onto the bolts. And then
Retrieval can grab Double Grass.
exactly. So double Teal Dance, retreat, and then 5 energy knockout on Hydrapple EX. I mean, it was actually a really strong play from Michael to get the response knockout, and Eli was just able to get there to clean up the game.
Yep. Looks like we have 5 energies, and we are taking out that Hydrapple.
And that is game. Eli goes to 3-0. Michael goes to 2-1, and that was a really good back and forth game.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, I mean, each player had a response to whatever the other one had the entire game, and it pretty much just came down to like, oh, if I played Briar, or if Eli was able to clean up the last knockout, this and that, and yeah, it looks like we had a good one. So, all right, cool. So it looks like our players are going to be shuffling in. Okay, so it looks like we don't play Briar.
I haven't been getting any use out of it until tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like we don't play Briar. Raging Bolt's still strong. Yes, Fire Fist. It definitely is. I mean, it's got some good matchup spreads, so it definitely is a good one. So our players will be shuffling up. They'll play one more while we still have a little bit of time here.
And as I'm sure you could hear me loud personing in the back, for Michael, he does not play Briar.
Yeah.
He did say the only matchup he really got value out of it was into Raging Bolt, which, shockingly enough,
Yeah.
that's why we were just saying, hey, big deal. But yes, Brian, keep going. What are you expecting to see in this next game?
Yeah, so I think there's going to be a little bit more adaptation here. I think now that we know that there's like no Briar or anything like that, Eli might be playing a little bit differently, more aggressively going for that 2-2-2 prize trade, and then maybe Michael will try to see if he can try to find a way to get a 2-prizer as soon as possible kind of thing as well. So see what our players are starting with here. It might be the Fan Rotom on the side of Eli. He starts Fan Rotom again.
That's dream
Pretty
scenario.
good. Oh, he's considering maybe putting the Kang down instead. Yeah, I think Fan Rotom might be the safer play here.
I also like Fan Rotom more because it gives an opportunity for Eli to take an easy knockout.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going first here. We'll be able to fan call, get our little deck search going, and then get some Hoot Hoots and Noctowls going. So let's see what we're working with.
And Mike, I don't think they play Bear. I think it may have been Kang in hand, not Bear.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, when I was like kind of talking their list a little bit, that was like the one thing. I really like having Bear, but it's kind of tight. It's kind of tight right now.
It really is. And I think that's a tough part is even though there's not a huge card pool, decks have already kind of, what's the word, like circled or condensed around kind of an optimized list.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
definitely.
there's not always a ton of extra space since the cards that are there, you have to play all the strong ones.
Definitely. So we're going to grab off the Ultra Ball the Teal Mask Ogrepon, and we'll be able to use Noctowl next turn.
And yes, Mike, starting Bear often is game losing because that is just a dead card on your board.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you don't have Latias also. Definitely makes things very, very difficult. So it looks like we're just going to pass it on over here and see what Michael's able to get going. We do have Secret Box in hand, though.
I mean, Michael's hand looks pretty good in general. Pikachu EX, Blissey EX,
Blissey
that's
EX is
actually
crazy.
really
Yeah.
cool. Because you can use the orb to one-shot everything.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, just use a couple trumpets and then move the energy with Blissey. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's definitely some sauce. Yeah, Orb. Yeah, so we're going to play the Secret Box here. Light Ball now has Pikachu hitting for 350. That's a good number.
That's a pretty good number.
Especially when we have Megas in our format now. Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
And so it looks like Michael is playing that Secret Box,
Yeah,
getting Stadium, Tool Card, a supporter, and an item.
Yeah, so super solid here. And plus we already have two Ogrepons here as well.
And that's a big deal.
Yep, let's see. We got a Lilies. And
Oh, and I think Michael's just playing a Pokepad and the, Secret Box at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so still looking for an item card off of the Secret Box.
Yep.
And just another Pokepad.
Pokepad.
So, Brian, here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Does Michael want to bench any single prizers?
I would say yes. Only because... Actually, right now, no, because I feel like the Fan Rotom can kind of take him over right now.
That is
Yeah.
exactly my thought. So going in the Celebi
Yeah,
is
going-
amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the Forest, we got the Lilies.
Okay, this is just an incredible hand from Michael.
Yeah.
The only downside to all of this is that, like we were just talking about, that Cyndaquil and Apple are easy pickings for that Fan Rotom because now Eli doesn't even have to go get a Stadium. The Force of Vitality is in play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we're going to be able to use Assault Landing here pretty much as soon as the turn starts.
So for those who are watching, we can oftentimes feel like, hey, if I have the ability to kind of slap my cards down so I don't need them later, do it. And in general, that's fine. The issue is that Forest of Vitality, those basic Pokemon on the bench, none of those need to be in play in order to get them next turn.
Yeah.
And right now, by putting them down, it just provides opportunities for Eli to bounce it and get more value out of his Stadiums and Gus cards.
Definitely, and I'm definitely agreeing with Mike here, saying that don't like the Stadium play without the utility because, I mean, the reason why we put the Stadium down is so we can just pretty much just evolve straight into our Stage 2s here. But if we're not able to make it out there that far, it seems like what's the point?
And so this is something I've been learning playing this deck. With the limited disruption in the format, you are fine to just hold your basic Stage 1 and
Yeah.
Stage 2 in your hand and pass the turn, knowing the next turn you slap down a Stadium and throw them all down at once.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna... What are we doing here?
I think just
Oh, is
using
that the
Celebi's
Celebi attack? Okay.
So Celebi's attack says, search your deck for 3 in any combination of grass Pokemon and Stadium cards, which is like tailor-made to work with this
Yeah,
deck.
definitely. So it's definitely printed for this. But Eli does have the Area 0 in hand, so looks like we're going to be bumping the Stadium here, a little Stadium War. Raging Bolt's coming down, and then we're going to be putting the Noctowl in hand as well.
And a clean hand Noctowl is really, really good here.
Yeah.
So, Brian, Chris asked us in the chat, what do you think is the best apple?
The best apple.
Do you know which ones are options?
There's like I think they both have 40 HP.
Yes.
And there's like a Find a Friend one.
So the Find a Friend one is
a dragon, the dragon type one.
Yes.
And then there's like a grass one that does like 10 damage or something like that.
Yes, there's a grass one that does 10 plus flip a coin plus
Yeah.
20, and then there's a grass one that just does 1 grass 20.
Yeah, I think the the flip a coin one, I think, is one of the greater ones. I think if you were to play the dragon one, you don't play more than one.
There are some people that play one, but I
Yeah,
agree. If
yeah.
you're, especially if you're only playing two, I don't
Yeah.
think you play it.
No, you don't play it at all.
For
Yeah.
something like Festival Lead,
Yeah.
the one dragon one actually seems pretty good.
Yeah, there's definitely some utility to it, but I feel like if you're playing a straight grass box deck, where you're trying to be finding these Pokemon off of like bug catching set and stuff like that, you'd rather just play the grass ones.
Yes, completely agree.
Yeah.
And from my end, I don't mind the base 20. I kind of agree. The 10
Yeah.
plus 20 is probably better.
Yeah.
You just have a chance to knock out a Budu.
Yeah.
Just get a little bit of high roll there.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you never know if it's your day, you're going to be able to make it.
Right. All right. And so for Eli, did we just play Lilies?
Think so. Yeah, I think we did.
So is
I
that
think-
better than Gust here, do you think?
I think so, just because we do have options, right? I think Eli's just he's preferring just being able to have set up for the next turn over the aggressive play, just because we don't know how much we're able to guarantee all of that. So we're gonna be playing the Ultra Ball now, and we're gonna get Latias here. It looks like
And if we've learned anything from that game with Jason, Latias is
Latias is really
important.
good. Yeah, we don't want to have to Iron Leaves in order to pivot.
No. And so this is actually a board where, Brian, one of the other big grass decks is actually Arboliva. With
Yeah.
a very similar engine. So
Definitely, the Arbolievers are still out there.
they are, whether or not they should be. But
Yeah.
do you think Arboliva or Hydrapple's a better partner for this engine?
Definitely Hydrap. Well, I feel like Hydrapple is just much better than Arboliva right now. Oh, sorry. Here, Louis. Let me. You need both of them? All right. Cool. All right. Cool. Sounds good. Oh, one of these got knocked out. All good.
We're just acquiring some cupcakes from the back. But go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I want to say Hydrapple. I feel like is the better because I feel like the Arboliva was kind of like a fun thing for like a week, and then people realized it was probably not as good as it was.
I would tend to agree
Erica's
with that.
Vileplume is very fun. I got cooked by that on live the other day.
Wait, what does that do?
So it has like its attack is able to poison and sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, and then its ability I think is able to heal 30.
Okay,
Yeah,
that seems pretty
and
good.
I think it stacks too. Like you can have multiple Vileplumes out, and you can just like keep like healing. It's kind of like a tank deck.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not like offended by that.
I'm not a fan about it either. I was definitely punished by lack of knowledge from it because every time I would Dragapult and like spread the damage, it would just get healed.
That's
Everything would
painful.
get healed. Yeah, I did not win that game.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of not winning the game, Eli decided to use Raging Bolt to kill that Celebi, and we
Yeah.
may be having some regrets right
We
now.
might be. I don't know. I feel like. Yeah, I don't know why. That's an interesting one.
I think part of the reason is it would enable Michael to just use it again if need be to fully set up.
That's fair.
Also, I think he was just wrong,
Yeah.
which unfortunately is also an option.
Yeah.
But we did see in Eli's hand earlier, Eli is playing Briar himself,
Yeah. So he might be just looking for that 3 prize play.
which is very possible, especially if Michael has to go in with a Teal Mask
That's what I
Ogerpon
was
later.
just about to say. Yeah, it's like if Ogerpon is an attacker here, we might be able to make it happen where our own Ogerpon is taking the attack.
Exactly. It's a very easy knockout as long as Eli can get those 3 energy down.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Reggie Drago days where you're attacking with Ogerpon to knock out Charizard.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or attacking with Ogerpon to knock out Roaring Moons.
Yeah, Roaring
weirdly
Moon
enough.
too. Yeah, it's like the same thing. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so Michael's setting up a really strong board here. I believe he needs 4 energy to knock out this Raging Bolt, which he has.
Yeah, definitely. We have the ways around it. So let's see what we're able to do.
So one of the nice parts of this Megadium build are you don't actually need 2 energy on the Hydrapple EX. You can have a single attachment, and that is enough to attack, which is wonderful because that means when your main attacker goes down, you only lose 1 energy.
Yeah, definitely. So it's definitely a much more efficient way of going about the game here. So let's see. We're going to be putting another energy down on the Fez.
which I don't mind because Fez can be a very real attacker.
Yeah, definitely. I do like that precaution that we're kind of taking here.
All right, and so we do see the knockout with way more damage than necessary because I think we have 7 energy down, so that's 14 energy plus 30, so a lot.
Yeah, definitely a lot. So we're going to be putting down the Raging Bolt here, and then it looks like Crispin is coming down here as well. And then we're going to hope to maybe take this next knockout here.
I mean,
Let's see.
it should be relatively easy for Eli to respond.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The issue is he's still behind.
Yeah.
So he needs to respond and be in a position to use that Briar next turn if he wants to win.
Definitely. And I think that's kind of what we're setting up towards because we see all these energies on these Ogre Ponds here. But...
Oh, going for the unfair stamp.
The unfair stamp and the trumpet.
What do you think about that decision?
I think it's good. I mean, we're just trying to set up a little bit more on the board here.
So
Yeah.
here's my only thought. Eli has Briar in hand. Eli has outs to Noctiles in hand.
Yeah.
Why play the unfair stamp if you have essentially game in hand?
Yeah.
Because the only way Michael's knocking out Raging Bolt is with a 2-prize attacker.
Yeah.
So why not just close the game? Is there something I'm missing, Brian?
Oh, I think they were. I don't know actually, but I think they're. I think time's up too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is fair. So
Yeah.
let me see if we have our pairings up.
For the final
Do they?
round.
Yes,
Yeah,
pairings
final
are
round.
up for the final round.
Let's see.
So
what
makes
we're
sense.
looking.
So then let's have them put Tristan and Alex up
Yeah,
there.
that could be pretty good.
So, Brian, let's do this.
Yeah.
Talk us through the standard content things and tell us if they can actually buy cards here because
Yeah.
I apparently always forget things.
No,
you can.
definitely. Yeah. So, Nerd Rage Gaming, we are a card store first and foremost. We do have cards for sale. Chaos Rising did come out, so we do have plenty of product in the store. I was able to get, some booster boxes and stuff like that. So, come out and get some stuff here. I mean, we don't only do just Pokemon too. We do Magic the Gathering, Riftbound. What are the other games we do? One Piece, like all those other ones too. So we definitely have a lot of other stuff for you guys too. I love the John Cena filter. Yeah, we have no camera today, so yeah, we're definitely all camouflaged today. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of singles, sealed products, stuff like that too. Really big space to play. So if you're in or around the Buffalo Grove area, feel free come by. We would love to have you guys here, whether it's to play, hang out, anything like that. We definitely have plenty of other events besides just Pokemon locals and stuff like that. I know a lot of people come out for, like Commander Nights, locals for other games. So we definitely have a lot of stuff to offer here. I mean, I come here for Riftbound every once in a while too. I've done that a couple
Nice.
times because a couple of my buddies play that game. So it's definitely fun. Each community is unique in their own way. But yeah, I mean, Pokemon, we're definitely killing it right now too with the amount of people that we have here, all the fun events we've been running, and all that other stuff too. So we do have other events going on as well in the coming months. We do have a 3v3 that we're hoping to plan.
Yes.
And then we're hoping to do a GLC 1K.
We are planning to do a GLC
Yeah.
1K at the end of July and a 3v3 in August.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do the 3v3 in Worlds format a week or two
Yeah,
before Worlds. And then the
definitely.
GLC will be in, shockingly enough, GLC format.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
in
Yeah,
just
and,
a few weeks before
I
that.
know that, like in our area in particular, I know a lot of the Good Games people out in Chicago really like to play GLC, so we're hoping to get a lot of those guys out here. And I know a lot of people who play around the Sully's area, kind of like down south, like to play GLC as well. So hopefully we get a lot of those guys out here for as well. And then our 3v3, we actually had really good turnout for it, and we also had a lot of people who just straight up enjoyed the event too. So those events have always been fun, and it's always fun to kind of make what is usually a 1v1 game a team game.
Absolutely.
So that's why those 3v3 events are kind of fun. I don't know if we're going to figure out a way to stream it.
We'll figure out a way.
We'll figure out a way.
We'll
to
figure out
stream
a way,
it, but,
yes.
I've seen how they've kind of streamed it in like Yu-Gi-Oh formats before, but we'll see how we do it with Pokemon. But it's still exciting that we're going to be able to do an event like that, and we're just blessed to be able to hold these events, period.
I agree, and I
Yeah.
appreciate Norm kind of giving us the opportunity because obviously none of us. Well, I don't know if it's not obvious.
Yeah.
None of us work for Nerd Rage.
No, we do this because we love the game.
Yes, it's fun.
Yeah.
We also are sponsored, but it's
Yeah.
also fun, and that's the main reason.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of fun, who doesn't love a Dragapult mirror match, baby?
I'm honestly surprised we went this long without any Dragapult today, so it was about time that we had to have it.
I know, and actually, I'm kind of excited because I do think that this is a very interesting matchup. Oh, and it's okay, Dragapult Blaziken.
Yeah.
Nice. So this is one of the maligned versions of the deck, Brian. So
Yeah.
do you want to talk us through Straight Pull? Do you want to talk us through Blaziken?
I can just do the straight pull real
Yeah,
quick.
go
then.
for it.
Yeah, so the straight pull, this looks like to be the hammer list. I've been seeing a couple of these hammers here. Andrew Hedrick and crew made this very popular during our first, was it our first North American, what's it called? Regional after...
Yes.
Yeah, after the rotation and
It
all
was
that
LA.
stuff. LA regionals. So they made this hammer list very popular to where, you know, if you're able to roll the heads, you will be able to take those energies out of play here. So Pult Hammer is definitely a popular way to go about it and takes advantage of stuff like Risky Ruins, Dunsparce as well to get your game plan kind of going here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just
and I
classic
think
Dragapult.
it's part of the way you disrupt is before it was disruption, before it was like counter catching and
Yep.
disrupting and trying to slow things down.
Yep.
Now, knowing that everyone's reliant on Crispin to accelerate energy, just getting one or two off the board is a big deal.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if stuff like Crispins are kind of a dime a dozen, you're not able to get anything going really. Being able to remove some of those energies from play, or you'll able to remove some of the extra energies like the dark energies on the Monkey Dories, stuff like that, it definitely makes a difference. Yeah.
It does. So
Yeah.
one of the advantages that Pulled Hammers has is, shockingly enough, hammers.
Hammers, yeah.
One of the downsides is it does not Pokeball. Dragon Bolt
Yeah,
winning this one.
yeah.
Excellent read, my
Excellent.
friend.
Yeah,
Yes.
great analysis.
And Fire Fist, Dragon Ball Blaziken's still good, even though it's kind of consistently been shown to be the worst of the Bolt versions.
It can be clunky, but I actually really like it too because if you're able to get past the clunkiness of it, it's actually kind of consistent in a way.
So I would say
Yeah.
late game Blaziken Pult is probably the best version by far.
Yeah.
The problem is you have to get through the early and mid game to get there.
You have to survive long enough.
Yes. Is that 3 Pokepad?
3 Pokepads.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Unfortunately, we would have liked to see those Pokepads grab Dracloaks and stuff, but we'll take it, and we'll take what we can get.
Oh, Chris, you're right. Dragonite Blaziken. Never mind. That is sick. Dragonite Blaziken is so cool.
Yeah.
Also about the same tier as Dragon Pult Blaziken, but still very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And Crumbreon Chicken Pult, it's cool to see. So then, what does Tristan want to pull off this turn,
Yeah,
Brian?
we're trying to get the Itchy Pollen going. We want to get that item lock going and then hopefully lock Alex out of using, well, 1, those hammers, and then 2, any other items as Pokemon Search or anything like that. So, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we were able to get any other, you know, like items or anything like that looking for the next turn, but we do have the item lock. That's all we got.
And,
Yeah, it would have been good to see the Torchic too.
Yes. I do think that Budu there is very, very strong because Alex is going to have to Crispin just to go into Budu.
Just to go into Budu. I know, it's tough. Yeah, and that's going to be your supportive return. You're not able to get your cloak out, a bunch of other stuff like that. So definitely not the greatest thing here. But I think do we have Lily in hand as well? I think we're kind of contemplating if we want to play that or not.
And Alex does have Lilies. What do you think you would play, Brian? Lilies or Crispin?
I would probably play Lily and just try to high roll high roll a couple things. High roll the chance of getting your cloak and using that to draw into energy, or just straight up drawing the energy, period.
I would actually completely agree because the
Yeah.
issue with Crispin here is even if Alex does get the Itchy Pollen off, it doesn't do much.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much. Or we might just do a different play, period. Just attach both onto the Dreepy and knock out the Budu.
Could we bite? Okay, no,
we're not going to do that. But it was a possibility.
it was an option.
It was an option for sure. Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we might just have to do the other Dreepy attack.
Chromagon, I don't think you're wrong. I think being able to set up would be more important. And kind of like you mentioned, with no rare candies, every turn Alex doesn't get Dracloak down is one turn further away from attacking because there's no way to skip steps.
Definitely. I'm going to keep my eyes close to the door in case we play this Ultra Ball. We can't play. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, good.
Tristan got it.
Tristan got it. I was about to like freak out for a second and be like, oh, we can't do that. We can't do that.
I'm glad you were on your game. We are
Yeah,
not going to miss
I know,
that one.
I know.
But
It disrupts so much.
I think the game right now for Alex is Retreat and Badu or
Retreat.
Petty Grudge, and Retreat and Badu it is.
Yeah, and I think for the benefit of Tristan, we do have at least a Dracloak here, so we will be able to get going with that part. So
And that's a big deal.
big deal for sure. So skipping out on the Buddy Poffin here.
And that's kind of unfortunate because I think
Yeah.
Tristan would have really liked that. But we mentioned it. Tristan is already one turn closer to Dragapult than Alex is because
Yeah.
there's a Dracloak down.
There is a Dracloak. So let's see. We're going to go with the Itchy Pollen in response, and then the item lock war continues.
Yes. This thrilling early
Yeah,
game combat between
definitely.
Budus.
Definitely.
So then, what is Alex's ideal turn here?
Yeah, now I think you have to play the Lily here. I think that's one of the reasons why he went with the Crispin last turn is because he forgot about that. He might have forgotten about the item lock here.
So that's a good point. He may have thought he would have
Yeah.
been able to get a Dracloak down.
Yeah, so that's probably what he's thinking about. But now we are able to still play the Lilies anyways, but hopefully we can draw into some of those Dracloaks because that's definitely going to be something we're going to need going into this this turn here.
Well, luckily for Alex, he still has time
Yeah.
because Tristan's board is not what you'd call intimidating.
Yeah, definitely.
And so does Alex see any Dracloaks?
Oh, we got
There's
one. We got one. Okay, that's good.
I would even say that's necessary.
Yeah, it's necessary for sure. We got to make sure we don't play any more of these item cards. We do have another energy, which is pretty nice too. Let's see what this Recon Directive grabs us. Looks like it's a Dragapult and maybe a Night Stretcher. We take the Pult, I feel like.
Actually, that's really
Yeah,
good
this
because
is super good because it looks like we're almost guaranteed to attack here now, unless Tristan finds like a judge or something.
and I don't see any downside to attaching
That's
this
what I'm
psychic
saying.
energy
Yeah.
to the cloak.
You got to. Let's see.
I mean, this is an incredibly good hand for Alex.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. We're probably going to attach that psychic energy. We might just have to respond with another Itchy Pollen here. Interesting. Oh, or we can just put it on the other one here.
I didn't see a Crispin in hand, did you?
I did not, no. So that's not another card that we could use right now, but let's see what this Dracloak grabs us. We do get the Torchic, which is also beneficial. We'll need that eventually as well.
Definitely.
Dawn is good here.
Dawn is so good here.
Dawn is really good. Good. So we're going to play the Dawn here. That can grab us another Dracloak here. It can grab us a Pult, to grab us another Dreepy. All those good things here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to attack, but at least we can still continue the item lock here.
So, Brian, I don't know about you, but what I would love to see is Tristan get a Dragapult, a Dracloak, and a Meowth.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at doing. And I like that idea as well, just because you can save that Meowth in the back pocket in case you want to grab Crispin next turn.
Exactly. Or if you cloak into an energy, maybe you just go grab a boss if you get another energy off of it.
Definitely, yeah. So there's a lot of things you can do, but having two cloaks this turn here is really good.
Yes, completely agreed. And now on Alex's side, we know that he needs to find a psychic energy in order to attack.
Yeah, because now we didn't put that other one on that Dracloak earlier, so now we're going to need to... find another energy here.
Well, I shouldn't say attack. He needs a an energy in order to Phantom Dive.
Yeah, Phantom Dive, which is pretty much the reason why you want to attack.
True. Yes.
Yeah, I like Monkey here too. Yeah, Monkey would be pretty good here too. If we had Monkey attachment, that could be pretty good. But looks like we're just going to go with another Itchy Pollen here. Yeah, so now...
And Tristan choosing not to evolve.
Yeah.
I guess I don't actually mind that.
I don't mind it either, just because it's good to have that extra Recon Directive. Yeah, so let's see what we grab here. It doesn't look like either of those are a Psychic Energy. We might just have to play the high roll game here, and hopefully we can Lily into that energy.
Well, so here's the thing. One of those is a boss.
Yeah.
If Alex had attached the Psychic Energy to the Dracloak, that boss would have enabled him to clear a Dracloak from the board, or go in and kill Liraly's Clefairy and clear a Budew, or set up both of those Dragapults for a follow-up Phantom
Yeah,
Dive.
definitely. So there's definitely a lot of things we could have done here. Looks like we're going to go with the boss, but we still need that Psychic Energy.
So for those watching at home, the reason we call us out is not because we hate Alex. I'm sure he's a lovely dude.
Yeah.
But these are exactly the things to think about as you're setting up for your game plan. Because attaching that Psychic Energy to the Dreepy, sure, stopped it from all your energy getting doubled up. But there was no way for Tristan to both get 2 energy down and Gus knock out that Dracloak. So that energy was safe if it was stuck on that Dracloak.
Yeah, so that's one of those things that we hope our players kind of take home with them when they watch the games at home, which I hope they do watch them at home.
Yes.
Because whenever I was on stream, I would watch those games. It didn't happen very often, but whenever I did, I would always watch those games just because I wanted to see what the casters had to say about my gameplay and all that stuff.
And as much as I say I will never watch my Milwaukee round, I still also try to watch the games on stream for exactly that reason.
Yeah.
These are the great ways for us to grow. Oh, and that's a really good hand for Alex.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, Alex could have had so much pressure. I agree. What if Crispin's Clefairy after I KO with Pulp? So it is a very fair concern, but it'd be pretty easy to respond if Alex wanted to.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to put one of these Dracloaks into the active here. And let's see where we go from there. Looks like we can. I think we should be able to take 2 prizes here. We should be able to knock out the Budew here and maybe take one of those and take that Dreepy on the bench with the Psychic Energy.
And so Phantom Diving for 10 HP onto a Budew feels horrible.
It feels terrible, but
taking 2 prizes, including wiping a Dreepy with energy from the board, feels really, really good.
It does feel really good. So hopefully we can keep up with that. Fortunately, we're still item locked, which is tough. I mean, there's definitely a world where we could have taken like multiple prizes here if we were able to take out get the Blaziken and all this other stuff, but unfortunately we don't have that option right now.
So it looks like the option for Tristan is going to be, does he want to Meowth for Crispin?
Yeah, and I think he's trying to exhaust all his efforts of doing so, before doing so. He wants to be able to guarantee it, see if he can, guarantee it other ways before having to commit to that 2 prize liability.
And I don't think he's wrong for doing so. In
Yeah.
fact, I think that's
probably the better way to do it.
yes. But that being said, I do think Crispin is better than just playing that Lilies.
Wait. Do we got Crispin in the deck?
There should be. There
Oy vey.
should be.
Oh no, it's not. Oh no, I don't think we have Crispin in the deck.
Is there no Crispin?
We might have prized double Crispin.
Oh, man. So Blaziken does usually play 2 Crispin.
Yeah.
Oh, that is brutal. So if ever people wonder whether or not you should check your prizes,
Yeah.
you don't need to check all of them, but you should check the essential ones.
Yeah, you should definitely check the essential ones for sure.
So this is unfortunately a huge punishing moment for Tristan.
Yeah,
Because now Tristan can't Budew again.
definitely. Yeah, it looks like our best option here might be just attach and Dragon Headbutt for a knockout on the 10 HP Budew.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah, could be worse.
The nice part, too, is by doing that, Alex will only have 1 damage counter to move. Now, granted, that can enable a knockout on a Dreepy, but Tristan could still get into a Combuskin or something similar here.
Yeah, and do we even have the energy? Oh, it doesn't. No, it doesn't look like we have even the energy to.
Oh, there is an energy.
And energy.
And to be honest, I don't see a world where you don't Dragon Headbutt here.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Actually, wait. Maybe you don't.
What makes you say that?
So the only thing I'm thinking is leaving this Budew may not be a bad idea.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think so too because you can definitely set up more multi-prize turns with it.
Clam poke.
Yeah.
I don't know if my wife would be okay with
Yeah.
that, but thank you for asking. And I'm pretty sure Tristan just took the Crispin
Yeah,
off the
of course.
prizes.
That's rough.
That is painful. Oh, and Alex is also at 5 prizes. So
Yep.
now Alex goes into this Dunsparce, bounces the Watchtower, and what's Alex's response here?
Yeah, it looks like we might try to go for like a Dunsparce here as like a pivot, and then look to promote the Dracloak to punch, so we can get the Dragapult going.
Which isn't bad. Like, I think just being able to clear this from the board and then go into something else is good, as long as you can set it up as a follow-up.
Yeah, definitely.
And so some of the tricky part here, though, is on Tristan's end, he's still going to have to Crispin to attack with this Pult or get a Blaziken.
Yeah,
And that's terrible.
it is. It's not good. Ooh, looks like we were removing with the hammer. The hammers are going to work already.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. Listen,
Yeah.
if Alex is going to hit a hammer, Tristan wants it to be exactly that hammer
Yeah.
right there. Go ahead and get rid of my dark energy, man.
know,
I don't
it's
even
tough.
want it.
It's tough. Let's see. But looks like we're going to go into that Dunsparce here, and then looks like we might just put the Dracloak in the active.
And that feels like the right choice,
Yeah.
unless you want to retreat the dark energy off the Dreepy. Mm-hmm. Which I don't mind that either, just since it's not really doing you a lot of good there.
Yeah. So let's see. We do have a Pult in hand here. We're going to do one more Dracloak here.
And Alex has the ability to go get some other Dracloaks if needed.
Yeah.
Oh, but this
We also
monkey's
have Monkey.
big.
Yeah, Monkey could be big here too. Let's see if we can draw into the dark energy. Another hammer. Hammer's pretty good.
Not right now,
Not
but
right
it will
now.
be.
It will be. Eventually.
So
we do have the dark energy.
in hand.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
there
This
we
is
go.
great
All
for
right.
Alex.
Yeah, so we can take another prize here. We can go back into even. And we could probably even take out that Torchic. I feel like that'd be pretty good.
I think taking out Torchic's by far the best thing here
Yeah.
because that will enable Tristan to get back into this. And there's no guarantees Tristan took that Crispin off the prizes.
Yeah, definitely.
There's only, like, what, a 16% chance to do so?
Yeah, something like that.
And then does Alex judge? Yeah.
Ooh, pretty
Playing
good.
the judge.
Playing the judge here too, because now that Crispin that we so graciously were able to take off the prizes now goes back into the deck now.
Right.
Add insult to injury here.
And that is a big deal because now Tristan has to raw find it. Meowth is already on the board, and I don't know if Tristan even plays a second Meowth, nor does he want to bench another one.
Yeah, I know. Even if we had the bench space for it, I don't even know if it's really worth it.
Well, luckily, Alex is about to open a bench slot up for Tristan.
Yeah.
It's very polite of him to do so.
Definitely. So 4 cards come down here. Doesn't look like we get it, but we finally have some sort of energy that we can kind of use here.
And also a Dracloak, so Tristan will be able to at least see a few more cards.
Definitely. So Fez going to come down now. Extra 3. Let's see.
So this is also one of those reasons why I don't know if it was the right choice for Tristan to knock out that Budu.
It was split series.
Who did...
No, so Blue Jays and Yankees are playing each other right now.
Okay, nice,
Split
nice.
the series, so
All right, well then, good for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
But on to the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Alex does Phantom Dive, does knock out that Torchic on the bench, which, as we talked about, is definitely the right call. And now Tristan's in a very tough spot.
yeah, this is not a good spot because taking the damage first on the Dragapult is not good, especially when you have no energy on it either. It feels like we shouldn't even be committing anything on there too. Ivan, go Jays! We got a lot of Blue Jay fans that I've noticed in the chat. We, like last week when you were in here, Dan, we had a lot of Blue Jay fans in the chat.
Really?
Yeah, there were a bunch. I don't know how we found all these Blue Jays fans, but I'm just glad they're here with me.
Listen, I guess that's our target demographic.
Yeah.
Just Blue Jays
Yeah,
fans.
just-
Blue Jays fans and Pokemon
Yeah.
players.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is one of the other issues. Even if Tristan gets Crispin here,
Yeah. It's not good here because it's just going to lead to this Dragapult in the active just getting knocked out.
agreed.
Yeah.
The other issue is without a Torchic down, there's no way to follow up without
Yeah,
another
there's no
Crispin.
follow-up, too. And we need the bench space, too. We have one bench space that we can either use for a Fez or we can use for something else.
Well, and also the issue is if another Torchic goes down, it dies.
Yeah. And the
Because
other
there's
thing-
already a monkey with energy.
I know, and it's tough, too, because now if we put the damage anywhere on the board with the Phantom Dive, just means that it's going to get monkeyed back onto the other side, and it's going to lead to a 3-price turn, pretty much.
100%. And
Yeah.
that is a huge deal because that's kind of all but game over
Yeah.
on Alex's end.
Yeah, definitely. And then Ivan, Game 7 World Series. Very sad game. I was very sad after that game, but my cousin was actually at the game, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, very, very sad game. But
It was an incredible game,
Incredible
though.
series, though. Like, that was definitely one of the best series I've ever seen. I don't think anything will ever beat that 2016
No,
Cup series,
that's,
though.
yeah.
No. That is probably the best baseball series I've ever seen in my entire life. But it was definitely the most painful loss I've definitely had to witness, for sure.
And I will say, I was rooting
Yeah.
for the Jays. I
Yeah.
wanted you guys to pull it off.
Yeah.
But that was an incredible game.
It was an incredible game, for sure. Yeah.
Like, I didn't even particularly care about either team, and
Yeah.
my heart rate was like skyrocketing
Yeah.
at the end of that game.
I know, yeah. But yeah, I know a lot of people kind of agree that 2016 series was just so good. It went to 7 games, had the whole rain thing going on. Everyone remembers where they were
Oh,
during
yes.
that time. And I was so lucky to be a freshman in college when that happened.
Oh, God.
So, like-
I'm so old. But
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was able to kind of like witness that with like all my best friends and stuff like that. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so hopefully when the Jays go back to the World Series eventually, they'll be able to win it sometime in my lifetime.
Dude, it could happen.
It'll
Maybe not
definitely-
this year,
Maybe
but
not
it
this
could
year.
happen.
It could happen.
All right, so Tristan does get the Crispin off. He
Yeah.
does get the Phantom Dive.
It doesn't
puts
feel
the damage down.
It doesn't feel like the right play, but I feel like it's the play you have to do.
So, and that's actually it. I think it is the right play. It just so happens this play is still horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's just going to end up leading. I feel like the only way I would have done this play is if I like put no more than 2 damage counters on each Pokemon.
So that even doesn't matter
Yeah.
because Alex can just take it off the active Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Oh, never mind then. I guess we should put the 3 on there.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's so rough.
It is very,
And it's
very
not like we could have just Dragon Headbutt either, because we can't set up good damage that way either.
And it still gives the damage for Monkey Dory to move.
Yeah, I think the only way that Dragon Headbutt would have been good is if it was not on a Dragapult EX.
So that's fair.
Yeah.
6 on the cloak,
But-
1 on the Dark Stone Entry B. That's not bad.
Yeah, but we don't have Counter Catcher anymore, so we don't have Supporter Gust plus Gust, item-based Gust anymore.
So we do, though, have Supporter Gust and Unfair Stamp.
Yeah.
So
And
it is an option.
yeah. I know, it's tough, though.
And there's a 3-prize turn
3-prize turn.
for Alex, knocking out a Dracloak and Dragapult.
Yeah.
And this is
And we have-
just a hard position.
Yeah, because we don't have any other. Well, one, we don't have another Crispin, and we don't have any other way to get more energy either.
And so this is the risk. Tristan can Dragon Headbutt, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
No, because I mean, we can survive the turn for sure, as long as we evolve into Dragapult. But
Well, we can survive the turn if there's no Gust.
if there's no Gust, yeah,
And what Tristan, I think, really needs to do, and this is going to be hard, is Tristan needs to Gust up Fez, Dragon Headbutt it,
yeah,
Unfair Stamp.
unfair stamp, yeah. That's asking a lot though.
It is. Especially because now all Alex needs is a Fire Energy to put on Dragapult, and that's essentially checkmate.
Definitely.
And there is a Night Stretcher, there is a Monkey Dory, but like none of that helps.
Yeah.
And so this is a turn, kind of like we talked about. There are 2 cards Tristan needs: Unfair Stamp and Boss.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's kind of trying to. He was trying to get in a way, I don't know if we fez though. Did we fez?
We did not, and that's
Okay.
exactly what I was going to say because we had talked about this in an earlier game.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely a turn I would want to see Tristan fez first.
Yeah, because we want to see if we're able to dig for either the boss or the unfair stamp.
Exactly. And honestly, we need both, but to be straight, even if there's low
Oh
probability,
wow, we didn't even get either of them.
no.
It's tough.
There is a Pokepad.
Do we
Yeah,
even
this is
have?
just-
Do we even have all the cards that we need? Is unfair stamp even in the deck?
I believe it was. I don't think Tristan had played it yet
Okay.
because Alex had only attacked twice, essentially. But yeah, this is tough for Tristan. I think this is just game.
Yeah. Unfortunate though.
And Ivan, yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Stamp is in
appreciate
deck.
it.
So yeah, I mean, this is just gonna be none of those.
Yep. Oh, it's not looking good. We might just have to Dragon Headbutt and see if he's got the boss.
Which even if he doesn't have the boss, even just Phantom Dive all
Yeah.
but closes out the game.
Definitely.
So we'll see if Tristan just goes with the headbutt.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
looks
but
like he
just
shakes
scoops it up.
Okay. Scoops
Says,
it up.
I got nothing. And so, and there you go. Alex had boss in hand anyway to close it out. So Tristan unable to come back. Pulp Blaziken not quite what we were looking
Yeah.
for. And I think that's about it. So
Yeah.
I know we want to talk to Tristan about charity, but I'm going to do that in a later week.
Yeah, we can do that leading up to.
Yeah, exactly. Leading up to the event. So, Brian, as we are ghosts and John Cena-ing here,
Yeah.
is there any feedback you have from these games?
It's definitely some just work on the sequencing kind of thing. Kind of
Yeah.
understand what your cards kind of do, what you're looking for, and what your goal for the whole turn is. Just knowing what you're looking for, if it's like a specific supporter, stuff like that. See what resources you can do before committing to a move that you can't go back on.
Exactly. Make every decision with the most information available, and don't make decisions until you've thought through wholly what is my goal for the entire
Yeah.
turn and for my next 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah.
How are they impacted by the line I'm taking here?
Yeah, definitely.
And we saw that a couple times. We saw Eli play Unfair Stamp with Briar in hand
Yeah.
when probably could have just kept the Briar.
Yeah.
And then we saw some decisions there of when to fez, when to not.
Yeah, definitely.
On my end, Hydrapple seems solid.
Yeah, definitely seems solid. I mean, anything that uses the forest, it seems like it's got some legs to it. It just needs the right Pokemon for it. And seems like Hydrapple might be the one for it.
I would agree. And also,
Yeah.
Raging Bolt's real.
Raging Bolt is real.
That's a solid deck.
It's been real.
It has. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
Pulp Blaziken, I don't think it's that real.
Yeah, it had its time.
It did. It was a brief moment.
Definitely.
All right, but Brian, any other thoughts before we sign off here?
No, it's been great. Thanks for everybody for showing up today. Chat was super active today. We definitely like all of that as well. Yeah, we got a lot of cool events coming up. Stay on the lookout for whatever we have regarding our charity event, 3v3, all that other stuff. Keep up with our socials about it. And yeah, you got anything, Dan?
Nope. Just last thing I was going to say is,
Yeah.
like Brian said, thank you
Yeah.
all very much for coming to join. It is awesome having you all here. We love
Yeah.
getting to do this with you every week. And we will be doing this every week going forward until someone tells me otherwise,
Yep.
until about August. So please come hang out. We have our league invitational in June.
Yep.
We will have our charity event July 12th. So please mark it on your calendars. We're going to try to do some good for the world. And yeah, we would love to see you here next Thursday. So welcome back. We will see you here in about a week here at Nerd Rage